Maybe.
Maybe. Maybe hey.
Hey. Maybe hey.
Call us, Internet.
Yeah. Call us. This is crazy. But we just got here. So call us.
Yeah. Okay.
Hey.
There's a live stream.
Uh-huh.
Click on that.
Right.
And 16 seconds is where it starts.
Cool.
Took that long, huh?
Yeah.
There you go. So now we know.
There you
Now
go.
we know.
Got a little cold roll that we can just sit there and like stare at the camera.
Cold roll.
Cold roll. Hey.
Oh, cold roll.
Cold your roll.
Hey, Cole, that was a character in the
Yeah.
movie tonight.
He was a guy in this.
Mm-hmm.
He was an alien. Man.
He was not an alienator, though.
Nah.
I gave it away.
You son of a bitch dinosaur.
It's okay. No one's watching.
All right.
Haven't tweeted it yet.
Right. And by the time they do actually get in here,
they
then
will be. They will
yeah, they'll know.
Oh, we actually gave this one a name? Oh, we didn't.
No. No.
We're just not doing that anymore?
Wait, what?
Not until we're done with
Yeah. Have you not seen how we've done like the last four?
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
It's
All right.
not April anymore, so I figured that was done with.
No, we're still joking.
Okay.
We're making
It's still
polls.
April to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
and paste. And maybe tweet.
Ooh,
Baby
tweets.
tweet.
Baby tweets?
Yes.
Like baby,
Oh, I guess
baby,
that's
baby tweets.
I've tweeted.
Have you?
Well, I'm gonna also tweet
Okay.
by
By Ree.
By
Reman.
Baby.
I liked him in the Fast and the Furious series.
By Ree.
Who?
Rebuy.
What? Huh? Say what?
Say what? Say what again?
Why are you shushing?
Why are you shushing your phone, sir?
Leave your phone on.
Don't be mean to Siri. Is Siri still a thing?
It's like the
Yeah, I think so. Some people use it. What is it?
What's the matter, everybody?
Podcast time.
Podcast.
Check out the chat.
Podcast.
Wow, this is exciting pre-show banter.
Yeah, I didn't.
Yeah.
I got nothing, man.
banter.
Huh. What happened? Where did everybody go?
What do you mean?
I don't know. We were all alive 5 minutes ago before I hit start to be
Well,
on the
you hit
internet.
start, and then we're like, we gotta reel it in for the show.
We're done here.
Energy.
Yeah, we got to bring the energy back
Yeah,
down.
I used all of my energy.
Energy. Gotta wait for the chat to populate.
Oh, is that what we're
Been
doing?
a long
Yeah.
day.
Yep.
So you guys are going 11 o'clock tomorrow night, huh?
Roger that.
Steve Roger that.
Ha 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 ha.
I'm even gonna put big dumb glasses on my face.
3D showing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to end up at the 3D one, but not the giant IMAX or XD or whatever. Because I guess we're going to have to go at like 8:30 or something.
Stop that.
You've got mail.
Probably.
Speaking of that, I'm going to put my phone in airplane mode.
Mm-hmm.
Turn on that Wi-Fi.
Yeah, the Wi-Fi's pretty good lately.
Is it?
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah.
It's okay.
I don't know.
I
don't even know what's going on
have
over
no
there
idea.
anymore.
Just talking.
The internet bringing people together.
Does it?
No,
Woo!
that's my point.
Yeah.
Now we all are separated by this.
By what?
Bad breath?
No, looking at a little thing in your hand.
I don't know. I
Hey,
communicate with
listen.
like 30 times more people a day because of the internet.
Yeah, but haven't you heard social media is toxic?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
that's right.
It's quality interaction via tappity.
Most of the quality interaction, I don't have any quality face-to-face interaction most of the time.
Yeah, I mean, people's faces.
Most people are shit. At least I can kind of curate my
Those people are shit.
Sure.
experiences
It's true,
on the
isn't it?
internet.
Absolutely.
Sweet.
If I just ignore people at work.
It's great.
Curation.
Yeah.
It's the wave of the future.
All right, we're on the internet. You're
Yeah.
recording?
No, but we can't be.
Let's do that.
We're not doing anything good here.
No, I know. We haven't started doing anything.
Recording. Why would we do that?
Threw me off with the lack of
I know.
intro-ness.
Well, let's do a podcast then.
All right, cool.
I'm going to go over here. Push button.
Oh, I appreciate that.
I'm saving it up. I'm charging.
All right, welcome to the BMFcast.
Hey,
BMFcast.
Woo!
Episode 271.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Numbers.
2, 7, and 1. Let's talk about those numbers later.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm Harlow.
I'm Mackie.
I'm BJ.
I'm Chuck.
And what we do each and every wonderful, fantastic episode of the BMFcast is go ahead and we watch ourselves a quote-unquote bad movie. Come in here and talk about it for the first half. Then we rate them. Good bad movies, enjoyable bad movies. They go 1 to 5 jocks. This is Robot Jocks.
Yeah.
Good job, Robot Jocks.
Yup.
Pew pew.
Robots.
And the bad movies is stay away. They get a negative sliding scale, 1 to 5 bags and douchebags after Twilight.
Bad job, Twilight. Your effects are bad.
Boo.
I don't like it.
So here we are. We
Fired
find
up. Full of energy.
Everyone's
pumped.
all cylinders. Here we are in the beginning of a new theme, a new adventure.
The last week of April.
No. No.
No.
What?
No.
Nope.
Nope. This is going live 1st
Yeah.
of May.
Yep.
So we've got a brand new
so
month.
Brand new theme.
Oh, so it's outdoor.
Brand-
It's outdoor
plenty of
fucking
outdoor
band.
fun.
No.
Gonna happen.
That's
Yes.
someone else's deal.
Oh.
We've got our own deal.
What? No, we can all take part in
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Oh, we can. I'm just
The
saying
1st
that's
of
not
May
what this
is
show.
for everyone.
Yes, but that's not what this episode.
No,
is
tonight being not actually May, but technically the show coming out in May, we watched Fred Olin May,
about. Yeah,
1990s Alienator.
celebrating his entire catalog
Alienator.
of 4,000 movies.
Is that the guy that did the seatbelts? Alienator?
Uh,
I was
Ran with the Green Party in like 90.
oh, that's
Ralph
seatbelt.
Alienator, right?
Right.
No, yes,
Yeah,
that
yeah,
guy.
yes, okay.
He hosted Saturday Night Live.
I got you now.
God, that's so wow.
You're still walking around the block to get to that joke.
That joke was point.
Our audience
Right on
loves
point.
Ralph
Yeah,
Nader jokes.
okay.
Man.
That joke was fire.
Work on that a little bit more
Right.
right now, because right now I gotta warn you that one's a little green.
Oh,
Can
you
I
know
just
what?
go home now?
Yeah,
No,
Can I
no,
just
no,
leave?
no. Because what we need to do next, we need a plot summary.
Oh, right. Thank you.
No, nobody
Put
does.
us back on
For
track.
1990s Alienator?
Yes.
Well, let's make more
Nobody
obscure
does that.
third-party political candidate jokes, please.
Yeah. Ross Perolienator.
No. We're going to read a plot summary because that's what we do. Cole is an evil guy about to be executed on a distant spaceship. He manages to escape on a shuttle and make his way to some woods in America.
He's an evil guy. he's just
Yeah.
a guy.
He's an evil guy.
The commander of the spaceship decides to send out the Alienator to execute Cole at all costs. Cole meets up with some teens and Ward Armstrong, and together they get to try to not get killed pursuing Woman of Death. By the pursuing Woman of Death.
The
Sorry.
Alienator.
Yeah.
The Alienator.
I like that they.
The
I am
Alienator.
reading the same one, and they capitalize "Woman of Death."
Woman of Death.
You're not messing around with Woman of Death.
There's probably some foreign country where it's called Woman of Death.
Sorry for the extra air quotes there, but when I realized it said teens.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, not teens.
Right.
So,
Anyway.
this movie
Yeah.
has some people in it.
Fred Olin Ray,
He directed it.
our friend
Yes.
from Hollywood Chainsaw Hookers, Dinosaur Island.
Yes.
Somehow, only those have been covered on the show
Yeah, we got a ways
up
to go.
until now.
Yeah. Well, we got a whole month.
Fred Olin May.
We're going to cover them all.
Yep.
We started here.
That's what we do. We have
Yeah.
to start somewhere, so we started here.
Yes, we do. Oh,
Yeah, movie.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So, yes, Prison Planet with the evil guy, Cole.
yes. Cole.
We usually kind of talk about the cast. We said it's directed by Fred Olen Ray.
Yep.
Yes, of course. You got Jan Michael Vincent.
Technically starring Jan Michael Vincent.
Yeah.
Technically
making
starring-
his BMFcast debut.
Which is really weird.
I know. I don't know how that happened.
Wow.
But he's terrible.
He's drunk off his ass.
He's yes, inebriated throughout this movie.
Uh-huh.
Yes.
He looks like the love child of Pierce Brosnan and Mickey Rourke in this movie.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And kind of acts like it, too. Like,
A little bit, yes.
and then probably more starring, because he's got a lot more screen time, is John Philip Law
Yes.
as Warden, whatever. I don't know, game warden guy.
Game warden
Armstrong.
guy.
Armstrong.
Yes. Warden Armstrong.
Warden Armstrong. And then some teens. I don't know. Some other people are in this.
Yeah.
Not important.
Yeah, okay.
It's a really weird random cast. 'Cause,
Yeah.
like, PJ Souls shows up in it.
She
in
does.
The Jan Michael Vincent parts. 'Cause
Yeah.
There's basically two casts. There's the cast that's on the spaceship doing their space thing, and then there's the teens in the woods
Right.
getting chased by the Alienator.
Did we actually ever watch Dinosaur Island? We did, didn't we?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we totally did.
Yeah.
Yeah, we made
That's
a
where
freaking
Seabroth
video
came
of it.
from.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I mean, Ross Hagen.
And how that
yes,
one
he
guy
was
was the
in that,
graham
so-
crackers of people.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's Ross Hagen. BMFcast and Ross Hagen. He
Yes.
was at Dinosaur Island. Yeah.
He is a Fred Olen Ray alum.
Right.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Otherwise, you're probably not going to recognize anybody else.
No, but the Alienator, she's a BMFcast alum. She was in Sinbad.
Sure.
Oh, man, forgot about that.
She was a
Great.
lady in that.
Tegan.
Yes, Tegan.
She left Sarah behind.
No
It's
Sarah.
just Tegan.
Just Tegan. And she is a big woman.
She is a bodybuilder
She
woman.
is a capital woman of death.
Yes. Mm-hmm. All the woman.
In both.
I wonder if that's
senses
like
of
the
capital.
bodybuilding competition she won.
Woman of Death.
Yeah.
And now
Woman of Death.
1986 is Woman of Death.
Yes.
Tegan.
She had to be incredibly proud of that. I would be.
I will crush you with my cleavage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we don't see her for a while.
Yeah.
A long while.
Yeah.
Because at first it's just water treatment facility shenanigans.
Yeah.
They're just in a bunch of rooms with pipes. And
Or
there's-
room with
Yeah.
pipes, yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, there's like, Ross Hagen, he's Cole. He's an evil guy.
It's on a
evil
spaceship.
guy.
Yeah, he's in jail.
Space jail.
Space jail ship.
Jan
Jail.
Michael Vincent keeps calling him scum. Like, seriously, drink every time Jan Michael Vincent calls him scum because it's said quite a few times. And
Yeah.
then a dude who looks like Scotty from Star Trek shows up in some robes. And he's like, I'm just going to supervise stuff to pretend I'm not here. And they're all
Yeah.
like, yeah, sure, whatever, guy.
Mm-hmm.
And then some guy in a mullet gets executed.
Yeah,
Well,
and they
there's
want...
it's drawn out because like they're supposed to execute him, and they're dragging Cole over to watch. Like, this is going to happen to you, scum.
Yeah.
Now watch. Click. Click. Nothing.
Yeah, because
Right.
Oh, the safety was on,
running
yeah.
it.
Yes, PJ Souls
is-
left
is-
the safety on.
The executioner, basically.
Yeah. Okay.
She's
yeah.
the one who pushes the button,
She's the
man.
button lady. Yeah. But like, let's talk about what she's wearing. Like, she's basically wearing a reverse shirt.
It's like if you took a
functional shirt and you said, nah.
if you took like a racerback tank top and just turned it around
Yeah.
and then put a bustier underneath that sort of thing, and it's weird. It's
Yeah,
bad.
it's basically
she's got a
like-
stripe between. She's got two ovals
Yes.
cut out around her boobs,
Yes.
and then a couple like red cups to.
Yeah. I think those were just placed. I don't think they're actually attached to anything.
Yeah, I have no idea. I was trying to figure it out, but it was.
It's very
complicated.
distracting whenever
It's
she's on
weird.
screen. It's like, that's an odd outfit to wear to work. Considering
Was it-
everyone else is in uniforms.
Yeah.
I'm wondering if it was her uniform, maybe.
Maybe.
Because that guy is the kind of scumbag that might make her wear.
I mean,
that
honestly,
sort of
the
thing.
bra might not be necessary. Lack of gravity.
Sure.
Yeah, I mean,
Yes, they are in space.
Yeah.
Oh, there was gravity on that space station.
Oh,
It might have been
Well,
different. And they're
okay.
aliens, so
Oh, they might
maybe
not
she
need
didn't even
gravity.
have boobs.
that's true.
Maybe.
You know?
Yeah.
These
Maybe
are
she
all
was-
a fashion statement.
Yes.
Yeah,
It
maybe
could've
she was
been.
like, I'm going to dress like one of them Earth bitches.
Maybe.
Yeah, that's a thing that aliens say.
They
I've
do.
heard
Yeah,
that.
yeah. She looked at an album cover.
Yeah.
They
and
they
was
get
like,
all our
I'm
magazines.
Right.
Right.
They get Look magazine beamed
into
out into
space.
space.
Yeah.
Maybe they caught some music videos
Yes.
Microwave.
Historical documents.
Right.
They were looking at like a Poison
Right. Exactly.
album
Yeah.
cover.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, I want to look like
It's
her.
it's like intergalactic body shaming. Like,
yeah. Why don't I look like them?
yeah. Anyway,
Anyway,
Yeah. So anyway,
yeah, they're gonna execute this guy through disintegration, even though Jan Michael Vincent thinks that that's too easy for scum like him.
because he's scum.
If he could, he'd have him hanging by a rope
Yeah.
instead. Cole's like, yeah, whatever, man. You're a dick. It's fine.
Yeah.
But yeah, so he has to watch this dude get fried, and then from this point forward, the old Scotty-looking guy is just like, is capital punishment really the answer?
Yeah. I mean, do you really want to? How about we just scold him?
you know,
Yeah.
on my planet, even the worst of criminals are given a chance at rehabilitation.
Well, that's great, you jerk off. Why don't
Yeah.
you just go stand over there and
Well,
shut up?
yeah, and he's
You're
asking
being
PJ
too
Souls-
articulate for J. Michael Vincent.
I'm
Like,
sorry.
you jerk, that scum going fry.
Well, what's really funny about Jan Michael Vincent is that every line of dialogue of his is overdubbed by an equally drunk Jan Michael Vincent.
Yep.
It's like okay, we'll just dub it over later. And he came into the recording session and said, I got super drunk again, and they're like, "Fuck, all right, just
I just downed a bottle of Airwolf.
slur all your shit, make it match, and get out of here."
Who wants to howl at the moon?
Where's
Airwolf.
where's Ernie? Ernie was supposed to meet me here. Where is he?
Where's that eye patch fucker? He owes me a shot.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But what happens is they zap the guy,
Yeah.
and the guy fries in exciting and fun hand animated
In
ways
original Star Trek anime,
Yes.
teleporter, transporter.
in 1990.
neat
Yes.
little patterns and shit. Yeah,
Yeah, and Cole is like, "Fuck that!"
Yep.
And because they didn't cuff him or restrain him in any way, they're just like, "Heh, we got you by the arms. Watch." So he promptly,
That was pretty dumb.
he promptly punches one of them, grabs the gun from the other, and takes off. And this starts them chasing through the water treatment facility.
Right.
Yep.
That is their space station.
The only fact we skipped is that while he was in a cell, he picked up some space bugs.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Space
Bugs.
herpes. I'm going to call them space herpes.
Okay.
'cause that's
But
basically-
they're
Furpies.
bugs, though.
Yeah, they are. They're bugs.
well, so we're space herpes.
Yeah,
Space pirates.
But he's got a bag of them because you see him go over and attend to something, and then the
Yes.
bag is
Right.
crawling around, and you're just like, oh,
A paper bag.
yes, a paper
Like
bag,
a lunch bag.
a space bag.
A
It's a Burger King bag.
A space lunch bag. A splunch bag.
yeah. He's brown bagging the bugs.
Right.
You know, that's how you do it.
He once got Buggy in a Burger King space bag.
Yes. That is exactly it. Thank you, 1990.
You're welcome.
But yeah, so he's making his escape. He's running around and he's shooting, and he's the only one who seems to be able to shoot anyone.
Yes, he also
everyone
doesn't
else-
have to hide from bullets either.
Well, there aren't any bullets.
As
Well,
long as he's
laser-
standing behind a
sweet
railing,
lasers.
Yeah.
they're going to hit that railing.
Right.
His gun makes photon torpedo noises.
Yes.
And everyone else's makes random pew noises from other sci-fi.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. It's random. Pew pew.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he's always just out in the open, just like, come at me.
But
And-
he kills just about everybody.
yeah.
He conveniently hits them on their chest plate that explodes. And
Well, no, he hits
Oh,
one
one
guy.
guy,
in the
yeah,
head.
one guy.
oh, that's right. That
Got
one dude gets
domed.
it in the face.
Yeah.
And then goes over the rails.
Yeah. Lots of dudes die over the rails. Like, there's at
Yeah.
least 5 dudes who go over the rails and die. And then there's one dude who takes a bag of bugs to the face.
Yeah.
Which is just, man, he hated that guy.
But even weirder, like that guy is like he's got the drop on him. He comes
Oh,
up
yeah.
behind him like a mega cop and just is like this motherfucker. Like something about this guy. Like
Yeah.
he's gonna get it
He
the worst.
could have just shot the guy
Yeah.
and put him out of his misery.
But no, he taps him on the shoulder and basically like cream pies him in the face with
Yeah.
this bag of bugs. And then, cut to just giant rubber bugs being pulled into a latex thing on this dude's
Yeah.
face and just blah. So that was kind
It's
of
pretty sweet.
unnecessary.
They burrow
but-
into his cheeks and his forehead.
yeah. That guy got it way bad.
I was expecting that guy to like explode after that or
He
just
probably
something
should
crazy.
have. Yeah.
But no, they just cut to the other guy who's like got the jump on Cole and doesn't just shoot him, tries to punch him and gets
It's
his shit wrecked too.
Cole's an evil guy.
Yep.
You can't
He
do that
isn't-
to Cole.
Yeah. When you got the jump on an evil guy, you gotta
You got to just shoot him.
yeah.
You're going to kill him anyway. Shoot him.
Yeah, he's an evil guy.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Scum.
eventually Cole gets to the airlock, and then and
I guess there was a ship there that he stole because they kind of just were like, oh, he's gone.
yeah,
Oh, it's immediate. Just like, if he gets to the airlock, it's, fuck, he's gone.
Yeah. But we don't get to see it or anything. It's
No,
just like,
he doesn't open the door.
I
They
think,
don't have
like-
the budget for that.
no, they
I
don't.
think he escapes and gets to the airlock like, oh, he's gone. And that's when we get our credits. Like, it's literally like this
Yes.
long.
Yeah.
Yes.
yeah,
Yeah.
It's a good 15.
Like, I
minutes
think
into
it's like
movie.
the moment they declare he's escaped, it's
Yes.
like credit time.
Oh.
Jan Michael Vincent.
Well, Jan Michael Vincent kind of says, well, we're going to have to send out the thing.
Okay, yeah. Right to send out,
the killer.
Robo Terminator.
Yes, the Woman of Death.
Yes.
But yeah, then it's credits, and we get that sweet ass typeface for Alienator.
It's pretty good.
It's like it's Kroll kind of
yeah.
all like sharp letters.
It's the same thing that's on the poster.
Glistening metal,
No.
yeah.
Well, yeah, it is,
Yeah,
but
it's
it's that's
different
gold.
color. Yeah. But yeah, it's a well-designed typeface.
But then it like breaks apart and
Yeah.
does cool things. And then the rest of the credits are boring as fuck.
And long.
long.
Like slow. They just
Very
like,
long.
Like, guys, we can read the one name a little faster.
Yeah. But hey,
Yep.
you needed a 90-minute movie.
Yeah, while their temp track music plays, that ended up being the final track.
Right. Yeah, because they didn't use the music that they were going to use.
No,
So, and it's not very good.
no,
No.
All throughout the film, it's not very good.
Correct.
No.
It doesn't help the movie at all.
no.
But enjoy the good 6 minutes or so that you get during the opening credits, because
Yeah.
you're going to hear that a lot.
But yeah, then it's like Cole's-
Camper driving down the road.
I thought did it go straight to that? Because I thought it was
Yeah.
like Cole crash landing and forced perspective. Then
no,
it was Camper first.
It introduces
Yeah.
Camper first.
Okay.
And just guy drinking a beer. It's like,
Okay.
I'm driving.
Oh no! First we get switches. The 5 minutes of switches when Cole's like,
Oh, okay, right, yeah.
because I was just like, because the second the camper shows up, I was like, enough of this sci-fi shit. Let's get to Earth where this doesn't cost anything.
Right.
Because but it was like he was flipping switches really
Yeah.
slowly, and it was like, but we don't really understand why for a long time. But he's choking. Like
Yeah.
every scene he's in, that he's just slowly choking and clutching at this.
He's got a
collar
blinky
thing.
collar thing on.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it's never clear, like, is the collar choking him? Is he choking because of oxygen reasons? What's the deal?
Who knows?
Well,
But
yeah.
later he recovers from that.
Yeah.
Yeah, he doesn't choke as much, but yeah, like for whatever reason with the collars on, I don't know if it's a proximity thing or what. But
The
he's,
the collar
But
is
he's
making
choking,
him
and he's like,
uncomfortable.
nobody's here, but I got to say Earth.
yeah.
And then-
a lot.
And yeah, cut to a camper, and it's all of our teenagers, I guess, going to have a fun weekend as teenagers or want to do in these kinds of movies.
Right. Especially for teenagers who absolutely cannot stand one another.
Yeah, because
I love taking trips into the woods with a bunch of people I can't stand.
Yup.
So, I mean, it's Jock Guy who's driving and drinking and just kind of being an asshole about it. And I guess it's his girlfriend who is basically kind of Hispanic. That's her character.
sure,
She's got a bit of an accent.
yep, and the nerdy guy.
I thought she
and-
was supposed to be kind of Asian.
Really?
Yeah.
No, I think she said something.
There was one line that was
Okay, that's
kind of Spanish, and you're like,
Yeah.
oh, all right.
That's your characteristic.
Yeah.
That makes you different.
She is ethnic.
She is.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And then there's other girl.
Whose job is to ensign out, basically.
Yeah.
And yeah, nerdy guy who was basically taking a nap. And they're all just sort of yelling at driver guy like, "Hey, slow down. Stop. You're going to get us killed." And he's like,
Whatever.
"I don't stop till I get where I'm going."
This beer ain't gonna drink itself.
And if it wasn't for this road, we would have been there by now. Which is actually something he says, and it makes no goddamn sense whatsoever. It's like
If
couldn't get
if
there.
we were flying and not on this road to this camper, we've been there.
yeah.
Shut up. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so they see like light in the sky. And they're like, "Ooh, what's that?"
Yeah.
And it's basically just a laser pointer on a postcard.
Yes.
Was this one? Because I don't know. This one, I guess, was just bigger and closer. But yeah,
This one was actually kind of like a piece of paper someone had lit on fire and threw across from one
Right.
side of the screen to the other. 'cause
Was
they're
it
like-
that good?
It was a little sparky. It
Yeah.
wasn't the Alienator ship
Yeah.
that is basically just a red dot. This one had a little bit of like, ooh, yeah. It was
th-
flash paper.
Well, this one,
basically.
they,
So it's just-
they do the shake the camper and like, oh, maybe we should stop and see what's happening, and then cut to we get this awesome forced perspective shot of Cole getting out of his spaceship.
Man, they they only had like $9 to spend at the hobby store.
Yeah.
So they got the model that they could get, which looks a little bit like the Dash Rendar ship, only no paint on it.
Oh yeah.
So they,
That's an extended universe Star Wars guy, by the way.
I know. I got it.
Okay.
Thank you.
Just helping you out.
I know a thing or two.
All right.
Dash.
Yes.
yeah.
But yeah, so they use the force perspective thing on this cheap ass model
it's
and
great.
just have him way in the distance pretending to crawl out of the wreckage, like, and then
You know,
it's not bad. I
if
mean,
the model wasn't as shitty as it was a good, like,
It's a good
the
effort.
shot was set up well.
yeah. Like if it was a CGI effect, you'd be like, oh, fuck this. But they actually set it up in
went
a
for it.
camera and like they put this model 2 inches away from the camera
Gave it
and
a
had that
like,
guy.
little something on the back so it looked like
Yeah.
the engines were still smoking.
Yeah, and it just had him a mile away and just like go, and he just crawls out like So, yeah,
But
he's
they,
free.
But yeah, they run in. Oh no, he's like, no, we're not stopping, whatever. And then they start arguing, and then by this time, Cole is like drunkenly, chokingly wandered his way out in the middle of this dirt road. And of course, they're arguing and not looking at the road about you should slow down. And oh no! And so they clip this guy, which is basically just him like swinging to the side and slapping the side of the RV and go, oh, I just got hit.
Yeah, and they're like, ah, shit. Well, let's go see what we killed.
Yeah.
Yep.
And they wish that he had been a wino so that it wouldn't matter.
Right.
Yeah, because they're basically like, he looks like a wino. Oh, I
Yeah.
wish he was.
Well,
Yeah,
then we could have killed him with impunity.
because
Right.
you know you can hunt them for sport.
Yeah.
Yes, I
These
know.
are all pre-law people.
I
They know the
understand.
law,
Mhm.
Chuck.
Oh man, but man, the one girl's just like, my dad's a lawyer, he can help, and he's just freaking out. He's like, I don't need your dad.
Hopefully he's just a wino.
Your dad's not my real dad.
We'll plant a pocket knife on him. It'll be fine.
And then they're just like, fine, just put him in. Let's go take him to the ranger station or whatever. Just get in there. And then there's 2 old dudes wandering around the forest. Don't they're kind of the most entertaining thing in this movie. They're useless, but they're kind of the most entertaining thing
They're
in this movie.
poachers.
Yeah,
Hillbilly poachers.
right. And they're just... Everyone in this movie hates one another. Like, whoever they're partnered up with, man, they just can't stand them for whatever reason. And
Yeah.
these 2 guys are no different. They're brothers, we find out like an hour later. But at this point, it just seems like 2 guys, like, why are they hanging out with each other? Because clearly they want to murder each other.
As brothers do.
Yeah. But, you know, they're looking for animals. They happen upon one in a trap. They're like, sweet, a bunny. Let's get it. And then like, oh no, the warden's here.
Yep.
Put that trap down.
And he's just like, well, how come you can catch animals? You're part of the forest.
The
and
good
it's-
part.
And it's the good part, and it's legal, but we do it, and it's illegal.
Yeah.
He's like, you can catch all the animals you want outside of the protected sanctuary part of the forest here.
Right.
He's like, I catch them and tag them and let them go. So go about your business and get out of here.
Yeah, and they're like, but all the animals come to your side of the woods, and how
Probably-
come? And
Probably because they're not getting killed by
yeah,
you
they know
hillbillies,
that
yeah.
on your side you're killing them.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
but they're like, come on.
But yeah, they said there used to even be there were rabbits and deer and even Bigfoots.
Yeah. And when the one
not
brother
anymore.
says Bigfoots, the other brother's looking at him like, did you just fucking say Bigfoots?
He's literally like, he actually mouths the word.
Yeah. Bigfoots?
He mouths the
What?
word what?
He's like,
Yeah.
that's all for the live stream.
Yeah. How's that working for you on the on the audio
audio.
version, huh? Pretty good? Yeah. So they're like, all right, fine, we'll leave. And they leave.
Yep.
And the camper people eventually get to the ranger guy gets
Yeah,
back to
they
his
dragged him
cabin.
into their RV and were like, I guess the one ethnic girl was like, I know there's a ranger station up by the campground
Yeah.
that they never actually get to.
We'll just take him there.
Let's take him there. And so they load him up to the RV and like are poking and prodding at him like, what is he? Why does he look so weird?
They just can't get over how weird they think this guy is.
Yeah. And basically he's just got like grease paint smeared on his face and that's about it. But like nerdy guy
And a sweet puffy jacket.
Yeah. Space jacket.
Yeah, spacket.
So, nerdy guy basically like caresses like cuddles him like to listen for a heartbeat, but it looks super awkward.
Yeah.
He kind of like
He's
jumps and
Yeah.
like jumps on top of him.
He's like,
puts
I
his
love
arm
him.
around and puts his ear lovingly to his chest. He's like,
He looks like he's establishing dominance on this guy.
Yeah, he does. Like
Yeah.
basically, I am in control of you now, and he's looking at him dead in the face, and that's when Cole kind of wakes up and does, and the other guy, also.
But the shot they leave him on is pretty amazing because he's just slack jawed in the most extreme way. Like this guy would be great. Like a dentist would love this guy.
Oh yeah,
like open as wide as you can. And he's like, okay, watch this, Mr. Ed style.
Yeah. It's like, wow, that's pretty good. So they get to the ranger station. Ranger's there, and he comes out. He's like, "What the hell are you kids doing? You kids, who are all 35?" And they're like, "Hey, we hit this guy. I don't know. He was in the road, like jumped out in front of us, and there's not going to be any police, right? Can you do something?" It's like, "Yeah, sure. Bring him in.
Yeah,
I'll take a look."
That's when he calls the doc.
Yeah.
Dr. Burnside.
Yeah, he's like, "Doc, you got to come check it out." And Doc is just getting sauced. Doc is just like drinking straight out the bottle.
Doc likes two things. That's booze and apparently ski resorts. Because he's just got one poster. It's like, we had a Sun Valley poster. But put that up on the wall. I don't know.
There's always that moment in Mad Men where Don Draper, you can tell, has had one drink too many because he's just completely fallen apart. Like, hair is just fucking all over the place.
He gets like the sweaty hair going.
Yeah, it's just like, that's this guy times like 10. I mean, like, he saw his last patient an hour ago, and he has been doing nothing but boozing, sitting at his desk the entire time, just like, fuck my life, I gotta drink. And so, I mean, he's like drinking during the phone call as the guy's like, hey, we got this guy, he's hurt, maybe you should come check him out. And
I was like, it's a little late, right?
It's like, it's going to be a while. Glug, glug, glug. At one point, I mean, he doesn't even finish a sentence before he starts pounding one back at one point. He's, I'll be there.
Yeah.
Okay. Doc's on his way.
Drive safe. Maybe don't drive.
Yeah. So, like, they've thrown the guy on the couch, and they're all just kind of like, they're all kind of House of Waxing this guy's house, like just touching everything and just like, what's
is this coffee? I want coffee.
Yeah, I'm going to have your coffee and give me things. And
then I like that the nondescript girl, the one who's later going to just do nothing but freak out for 45 minutes, is like, oh, coffee, I need caffeine.
Yeah.
And is pouring 2 cups, and that's when Cole decides to wake up again with the, and she's like, there's cups everywhere.
Yeah, and it is just kind of destruction in the dude's house for a second. Just shit flying everywhere. Like, oh, dear
and he
God.
wakes up. He basically wakes up enough that he can start kind of horsing out some like his name and everything else.
Yeah.
And they're like, "Well,
like,
where
the
are
first
you
thing
from?"
he
He's
says
like,
is death.
I'm not from this world."
Yeah.
And they're like, and then he like goes back to sleep. And they're like, "Oh my God, maybe he's an alien." Let's theorize. Let's have lots of wild theories about aliens for 10 minutes.
But it's so weird that he wakes up for a second and kind of says his like death thing, and then they're all freaking out, and then it cuts to this like postcard outside of stars, and then it cuts back, and they're all like a friend's opening shot of just all huddled around a chair, just sitting there staring at him like, I wonder what he's gonna say next, and that's when he just starts rambling about death is coming and you're all gonna die, and maybe we should get out of here, but I'm an alien.
Yeah, and I'm gonna kind of keep passing in and out of consciousness for a while.
Yeah.
But
and Jock Guy is just like, what? Fuck you. You're fucking crazy. Yeah. Fuck this guy.
Why are we listening to him?
Yeah.
Obviously, he's just some loony bin escapee or whatever.
Yeah. And the guy's like, the thing's going to come and suck all your energy and you're going to die.
Well, nerdy guy's like, I don't know what if, there's electricity and he lives off electricity and he can steal our brainwaves for electricity and stuff. And about that time, that's when, we should mention, Alienator's now landed, which is basically just...
Yes.
It's a laser pointer.
Yep.
Going across the screen,
Yeah.
going down to the ground with a little noise, and then another forced perspective shot of a not fucked up, same model, I think, just without the fire at the end.
Yeah. This one has landed, not crashed,
exactly.
but it's just landed.
But I think it's the same model.
But she is a mile away getting out of it.
Right. And it's weird because, for the first, 10 minutes they even remotely show her, she's completely in darkness, where it's just all you see is... As the poster shows you, it's just a crazy white hair, and then she's got this dildo gun. I mean, you think it's like her arm, but it's it's
dildo gun.
Yeah,
yeah. But that's all you see. You just see silhouette of her for the first 10 minutes.
Yeah.
But
and this is about how far? 45 minutes of the movie.
It's a good 40 minutes in. It's near the halfway point. And this is when all the power goes out.
Yeah.
Everything stops working. Cars stop working.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, yes. Because he's coming up with a theory of well, maybe they live off the energy, and then it's and everybody freaks out again.
Yeah.
So, oh my God.
Yeah.
And then
But
Warren's guy calm down. Let's go try the generator.
And is this when Cole's caller starts freaking out, and he's like, "Oh, she's here!"
Yeah.
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 He starts. freaking out and predicting death and everything. And they're like, calm down, let's go
Yeah.
try the cars and everything.
He's reverse Colonel Troutman from Rambo because he's just her hype man the entire time. Just
Right.
like,
Yeah.
she's going to kill all of you and me, and we're all going to die.
Yeah, and then
A lot.
They go out. They try the generator and it's dead. Then they try the RV and the truck. They're both dead. And they're like, oh, okay, something's up here. And so they go basically go back inside. And I think right before they're about to go back in, that's when she shows up for the first time.
No, because she kills the doctor first.
Right, yeah. Right after landing, she runs into Dr. Burnside and burns his side because
Oh, I get it.
because like he gets out of his car and his car died.
Yeah.
Oh,
Because
of
it
her.
sucked all the
You're
power
right,
out.
because
yeah.
of her. Yeah, and so he's like, "What is going on here?" And she just kind of walks up and is like,
Yeah.
"Oh, you, pew
Yeah.
pew."
She
Yeah.
gives Burnside a ticket to Burning Man.
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Well,
Front row.
this is weird because like he gets shot with the same transporter little boo-boo-doo thing that everyone else gets shot with, and it's like, oh well, she just vaporized him, and then cut back to nope, dude's on fire.
Dude's on fire a lot for a while.
Yeah.
Like, uncomfortably for a while. Like, in one of the other, like, Secret Agent 007 at the beginning of that.
Right.
Where it's just like, this dude's on fire an uncomfortably long time.
Yeah.
And then, like, falls to the ground, and then they cut to, like, a puppet also burning, and someone is just shaking the puppet.
Yeah. The head keeps popping
Yeah.
up and down.
Yeah. So, yeah, Doctor's dead. And she's established her powers, which is basically burn motherfuckers up with
Yeah.
a dildo gun.
Yay.
That sounds like a lightsaber.
Yeah. Yes, it does. Generally, whenever she's around, you just hear lightsaber sound.
Yeah.
Well, she's all electric.
Oh, is she?
Boogie oogie
Yeah.
oogie.
Okay.
You can't stop her.
Yeah.
Yeah, so she kills the doctor, and I think, like, she kind of shows up at some point where they're like, I guess we got to get out of here. I'm like, what happens? Like, or does the guy just start freaking out so much that they're finally like, we got to leave?
Yeah, they all kind of go outside because they're going to the other cabin.
Well, yeah, because no, they're all in his cabin,
Right.
and Cole keeps freaking out because his neck brace is going nuts. And then he's like, she's coming, she's going to kill you, all that. And then once she gets there, that's when his neck brace goes off again. He's like, oh, she's here. And so they go outside with the guns, and they see her and start shooting at her.
Yes. And they keep hitting her
And he
in
actually
her headlights.
Well, he convinces Cole, and this is also the first time we get a good look at her. But he convinces Cole. He's like, comes up behind Cole, and he's like, or not Cole. Cole comes up behind the jock asshole drunk driver guy,
Right.
And it's just like, you better kill her. You better do it now
Yeah.
because you only got one shot.
Yeah, everyone else is just sizing her up.
Yeah,
And they're like, don't fire. Let's figure out what's going
they're
on.
like, she hasn't attacked us or anything. She
Yeah.
just weird. She's weird looking.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah,
it's basically this bodybuilder chick.
Yes.
Who has kind of a bikini on, but the top part of the bikini is like robot boobs.
Yeah, like
Like jet engine
Yeah,
bra.
sort of turbines, like
Yeah.
kind of like the center part of a hubcap. I don't know. It's something like
Any of these things.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like
Yeah.
headlights with the bulbs removed.
Yeah. And then she's just got like the shield over the top half of her face. Mm-hmm.
She
So you
looks
can still
fucking
see
radical.
her eyes.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then dildo gun
Big
arm.
crazy white hair.
Yes.
Yeah.
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 And they're just like,
And this is the first time we actually get to see her too, because everything
Yeah.
else has been in
Turbra.
Turbra,
Turbra?
Turbrine, Turbrine.
Turbra. Okay.
yeah.
Well, workshop that.
So
I mean, no, let's go out back and make one.
yeah.
Workshop
So,
it.
so
Oh,
she
yes, okay.
she cuts an intimidating figure,
She does.
Yes. Yes.
and so eventually, drunk guy, it's like fuck it.
Well, that's
and
because
shoots at her
Cole's like in his ear, like, you need to shoot her.
Yeah, Cole's totally
Well, yeah,
devil on
and-
his shoulder. At
and
this
the
point.
drunk guy has had like ever since he got his hold of a gun, he's just like, oh man,
Yeah.
I gotta shoot this thing.
Right.
There's no power.
I forgot we even brought
Yeah.
it.
There's no power in my life
It's-
until I fire this gun.
It's so weird how his character the whole time is basically like, fuck you, you're not an alien. And then it's like the power goes down. It's like, you forget to pay your bill, warden guy. And then like, wait, my car doesn't start. Oh shit, it's fucking aliens. Kill everything.
Pretty much, yeah.
But he's still like, you're a fucking crazy
But Cole
person.
is like woken up enough to go like, you need to shoot her before she kills us all.
Right. Yeah. And he does. He shoots her in the boobs.
Which, yeah, and then she's like, oh, yeah, well, laser gun, pew, pew, pew. Like,
yeah, and the other two guys are like, what the fuck are you doing?
Don't
Yeah.
shoot at her. She's a fucking alienator.
Yeah. So they corral everyone back into the house, and then
And
he's
she
like,
zaps their car.
oh, yeah.
And the car does not catch fire, and the car just,
No, it just
turns
vaporizes.
green and
Yeah.
vaporizes.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it's literally one dude that basically it sets a fire to it, and then I guess it's out of fire juice because for the rest of the time it just makes green lasers.
Well, the stuntman was like, "You're not setting me on fire again. You waited too long to yell cut. So no, I'm not doing this stunt for you ever again."
But yeah. So they escape out the back and go running off into the woods, and this is where as
she just goes in the house and just starts shooting up this guy's house.
Yeah.
It's like, well, fuck your house then.
She does.
But
Yeah,
the,
because you just see the outside of the cabin and just this green glow every like 2 seconds.
yeah, and the poacher guys come back and they're
Yeah.
like, "Well, I can see his cabin. What's going on?" I don't know. I guess he left his lights on because the whole cabin's just pew 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 pew.
Yeah.
And this is where
Maybe he's having a rave. I don't know.
they're going through the woods now, and this is like Cole is still like gasping for air, just dying from this collar, and the whole time they're kind of freaking out, like especially the one girl that just doesn't have a purpose in this movie, basically.
Oh, she's immediately
she's
just-
immediately already starting to freak out.
Game
and,
over,
like,
man.
And drunk dude's like freaking out a little bit, and then Cole's just back there, just like, "You're all gonna die. You might as well just turn yourselves in and just get you might as well just shoot yourselves in the head with your own guns because it'd be better than her."
Yeah,
And
it'd be less painful.
and like as you were saying, it's the reverse Richard Crenna, but I was like, it's like he's actually adding on, like, after the fact, like they're already freaking out, and then he's adding on top of it, because like that was the thing, is like Richard Crenna comes in and tells everyone that Rambo's going to fuck him up, and they're like, yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
They're like, but he's like adding to it. Like, I actually called him the fear leader, because like he's like, they're already afraid, and it's like he's coming out, no, really, you're gonna die. Like, we know we're gonna die. No, you don't understand how bad you're gonna die.
It's gonna hurt a lot.
well, and then he's like, well, you guys can run, but they'll just send all of them here. We got to kill her, so this is over with.
Right.
Yeah. And like at this, like the old guys are still stumbling around in the woods, and they come across the doctor's car, and they're like, "Oh, sweet, let's totally steal this car." And
Yeah.
they go over to the car and totally don't notice like this person who has been burned. And it's just like,
Yeah.
"Hey, what do you think that is?" And they're like, maybe
Yeah.
it's the doc.
Yeah, it's like Uncle Ben and Aunt Beru are just fucking laying there.
Yeah, but his first reaction is, "Hey, that looks like Doc Burnside." It's like, how on earth did you gather that? And then one was like, I got his bag. You want some drugs?" It's like, no, let's leave.
Yeah.
Let's get out of here. And I think that's when Alienator shows up and pretty much murders them.
No, not yet.
No?
No,
that later?
no.
Poacher dudes? Yeah,
That's
not
way
yet.
later.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I mean, their skill of identifying the charred remains of
pretty
the
good.
doctor were pretty good,
Yeah.
but they don't die just yet.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
But
oh, that's right. 'cause
but
they-
yeah,
okay.
everyone gets to the old colonel's house.
No, not yet. They're still in the woods, and
Oh.
they stop for a minute, and then like drunk guy's like, "Fuck this, I'm out of here," and starts
That's
to take
right.
off down the road. And he's like, "Wait, stay on the path," and then like. We don't really understand what happens because warden guy just kind of goes off and tackles him, and he's like, "Look, you almost stepped on a bear trap. There's poachers out here and traps everywhere. You got to be careful." And he snaps it with a branch on purpose, and then they're like, "Wait a second, I got an idea." Mm-hmm. And so like they try to set the bear trap up for Alienator. I
All
said
right.
Alien Terminator, but
And that's Poacher guy comes along.
yeah, poacher guy comes along, and this is like one of those cases where I really have zero concept of what a bear trap would actually do, because in some movies it's like it'll I've actually seen movies I think it pretty much just takes your leg completely off.
Yeah.
And this one he's just like, ow, like
that
a mild
kind of
inconvenience.
hurts, you son of a
Yeah.
bitch. Yeah.
like a
My
joy
understanding
buzzer.
of an
like,
actual
oh,
bear
ah.
trap is it won't tear your foot off, but it will probably break your leg.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, this
It'll
is
snap hard enough.
So
with
it's
two metal
somewhere between.
rods. Basically,
This might have scratched that old man's skin a little bit.
It's
He's going
I
to have
mean,
a bruise.
It's meant to trap a bear,
Uh-huh.
so
Yeah.
Sure.
it's
Go
got to
on.
clamp on pretty good and pretty fast.
Yeah.
So,
Oh, okay.
I grasp
Either,
that.
either way, this guy
well,
either this guy has the world's strongest leg
Yeah.
and tolerance for pain, or this is not a very good bear trap.
Could be a little bit of both.
you got to be careful of the knockoff bear traps out there.
Also,
Sell
you're a
them at south of
poacher,
the
so you
border.
probably have to go through training, which is a lot of stepping into bear traps.
They
and you build up a tolerance.
Yeah, it's like
Iocane
letting people
powder.
shoot you
Yeah,
with small bullets,
Yes.
so that you.
Right.
they
We went to one of those poacher boot camps.
Yeah,
where
it's
they're
like a
"All right,
CrossFit thing."
We're gonna all the tires that he's running through are bear traps.
I thought they just went to like WALL Mart. Like it was actually the knockoff Walmart, and he bought BARE traps.
Right.
Oh, bear.
They're like,
yeah.
this will stop him.
Yeah. Made
Yeah.
by Nerf.
Who knows? Yeah,
He got bear
a
traps.
Nerf bear trap. I like that. Let's talk to them.
I
Make
can
that
make
happen.
that. I
Yeah.
can make that.
But anyway, yeah. So John Philball, the warden, is like not very far away. He's just like, "What are you doing?
Yeah.
Will you step in a bear trap?
Get out of that bear
Get out of that bear trap." I said that for the
bear
alien.
trap's not for you.
Bear traps for the Alienator.
Yeah,
Come
and they're
on.
like, "Oh yeah, by the way, we saw the doc. He's kind of burnt beyond all recognition back there." And they're like, "Oh yeah," and that's when Alienator just kind of shows up, and they're like, "Oh, we gotta get out of here." And the two hillbillies at this point kind of have no concept of like that this thing is going to murder them.
No.
So they start shooting at them. They're like, "We got guns, let's shoot her." And she just one by one shoots both of them.
Yeah.
And they just this is again where it's like the double standard. They just kind of go up in green,
Right.
disappear,
Yeah.
vaporize kind of thing. They don't catch fire.
Now, is this when the warden like splits off from the rest of them and goes and hangs out in that shed for a little while, and they sort of shoot at each other?
Maybe,
Yes.
yeah, I
Yeah.
think so.
Because that goes on for a long time.
because he kind of leads the Alienator away, and
Yeah.
the rest of the group has been hanging out by a tree, with Cole just being like, "You're gonna die. You're gonna cook from the inside. It's gonna be rough.
Yeah.
Trust me.
I mean, she's gonna kill me too,
Yeah.
but you guys are gonna really be
Probably
hating
kill you
it.
first."
Yeah, it's gonna be gross.
And that's when and then they're like, "All right, well, we're getting the fuck out of here. We're
Yeah.
going." And they're like, "All right." And that's when like in the littlest chunk of like ADR shove this in dialogue, he's like, "Maybe you should set up some punchy sticks and put them in the ground."
Yes.
Like it's literally as the scene is transitioning.
And then cut to it's like he's in mid explanation of what they should be doing, and then it cuts away from it. It's like, wait, what?
Yeah.
What are they gonna do?
And
I
then
don't
that's
know.
when you have the warden who just has this back and forth shoot fight with not an actual shoot
Ooh,
fight.
I want to see that. We
yeah,
need to watch that
shooting.
movie.
Oh yeah, shoot fight.
They are shooting at each other.
Yeah,
And he just pops out of one side of this little metal fence. It's like pew pew with his gun, and then
Yeah,
she
now, like-
pews back at him. And I think eventually her gun jams or something.
he shoots it.
Oh,
He
he
shoots
did
her
shoot
in
it.
her
Okay.
gun, and her gun starts spazzing out, and she's like, "What?" and takes it off, and is just like looking inside of it. And
Yeah, but meanwhile he's been like running back and forth, and they've been setting off explosions right next to this guy running
Yeah.
away.
yeah,
I
they're
kinda
really
felt
like
sorry
gas
for which-
bombs
yeah.
because like there's a good like fire spread on the ground every time one of these goes off.
I was a bit worried for that stuntman or whoever that was running between those. Because
It was probably him.
They were kind of blowing him up a little bit close to him.
Oh yeah, it's like okay, and you're on it now. Okay, there
Yeah.
you go.
I mean, this is a movie where some of the scenes have been lit literally by car headlights.
Yeah,
Like, and there's no car in the scene. It's
No.
just like
it's very clear that someone just pointed a car at the
Yeah.
set.
like we didn't have a light set up, so
Other times, though, I mean, they're like on the surface of the sun in the
Mm-hmm.
woods. It's the lighting for some like the lighting guy sometimes
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
just didn't show up for work that day. It's like shit. Okay, point the craft services car
yeah,
at the
yeah. When you've got a movie like this, you probably don't want somebody setting off explosions right near you. You're probably like, yeah, if you guys can't figure out lighting, let's not do the oh god,
yeah,
oh no,
right,
one take.
yeah. But he disables her gun.
No,
He runs off, rejoins them, and they're like, "Hey, there's this other cabin. Let's go there."
yeah.
So they do.
And that's where they end up meeting the colonel, and they're like, "Man, I hope she fell on those punchy sticks."
Yeah.
And we're like, "Yeah." And they showed like the little pit. It's like the world's most pathetic little pit.
It's
that
so
they built.
it's tiny and very obvious to anyone who would walk up to it. And you're looking at it and you're like, well, obviously she will have seen that, and she's not gonna step in that. She's a fucking Lady Terminator thing. She's
Yeah.
smarter than that. But then like
Cut to-
camera pans up to her sitting in a tree with just a giant stick sticking out of her foot. Like, well,
Just
you
yanking
idiot.
sticks out of her leg.
It was
Yeah.
just another excuse to use prosthetics and squish noises.
Well, sure, because like she takes off her super awesome S&M boot, and it's just weird, like
Man, it's
Barbie foot. You know, it's like
Yeah.
a doll molded giant foot thing, and she's just squishing it around, pulling out the
Yeah,
stick.
it's like the
and,
soggy lettuce sound.
yeah, it's just and it's just like gross. Get it out of there, and she does. And then like a deer shows up.
Yeah. And she
Friend
targets.
deer.
They show her targeting the deer. We're like, oh man, she's gonna nuke a deer. And
Yeah. And then finally we get robot vision because she targets it, and then like up on her vision screen it says, non-violent. And she's like, oh.
Aw.
And the deer just comes over to her like, hey.
Are you my mom? these 200 guys killed him. Bro.
Yeah, and she's had this same like stern look on her face the entire time, and she
Yeah.
kind of is like, oh, a deer.
Deer.
Gives a little smile, and you almost wonder if it's like the actress was just like, oh, this is cool.
This deer came over
This
to
little
me.
Deer.
Sweet. Are you rolling on this? It's a deer. Yeah, so the deer just kind of hangs out with her for a while while she tinkers with her gun, and you're like, well, maybe she's learning that, life on Earth isn't that bad, and we can be friends.
No.
Nope.
I mean, if she can learn and I can learn, and maybe we can all learn.
Woo!
Yeah.
Yeah, but no.
Alienator
No.
defeated communism.
Yes.
Yeah. No.
Speaking of communism,
Yeah,
Oh.
speaking of communism.
they get to this dude's cabin.
Oh, right.
Oh, man, the Colonel.
Colonel's a pretty awesome guy.
The Colonel is like Walter Sobchak in The Big Lebowski. He's like, any conversation eventually comes back to Vietnam.
Yep.
That's true.
It's half conspiracy theory, half I wish I'd had this in Vietnam. Mm-hmm. So, but
well, because they show up and he's like, oh, what the hell are you doing here, Warden? All right, bring everybody inside. He's like, we better probably sit down and talk about this. And then it's like, we already know what's going on. So cut to like, he's now been explained everything that's happening. He's just like, well, I don't know about all this, but
he's like, so what is your planet called? And it's
yeah.
like, it's a prison planet.
No name.
Oh, right. No name on your prison planet. Okay.
Yeah, there's
well,
places like that in Noms, places, camps and stuff. There are no names or whatever, but all right, that's cool. If there's somebody trying to kill you, you came to the right place.
it's a robot lady, you said, huh?
Well, let's see. What I have here is an AK-47, because when you absolutely positively got to kill every alienator in the room, except no substitute.
Yeah. Yeah, so he goes through his guns for a while and
A Weatherby 300 Magnum and a
landmine
landmine.
that he just has in a
he's like-
cabinet.
He's keeping it for a rainy day.
I probably shouldn't have this.
But I've been waiting for a day like this to use it.
Yeah. And so, like, Cole's collar starts going off again.
Yeah, and he starts choking again.
Yeah, and they're like, what? And he's like, well, what's the deal with that guy?
You got some problems with that collar?
Yeah. It's like,
You had that
I'll
on
take care of it.
No, he's like, you had that on a long time. He's like, I can't take it off. And they're like, "Well, maybe if you take it off, it might explode or something. He's like, whatever, fuck it.
Yeah.
And it just falls to the ground. I'm like, well, that was easy.
Yeah.
And then he can breathe again,
Yeah.
which is
Yeah.
nice.
And everyone in the room is just like, holy shit, you just shot that dude in the neck.
Well, that's pretty good aim, old man.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he's
And he does it from the hip, too. He's
oh,
like,
it's
yeah,
just
whatever.
Yeah. And Cole's like,
Yeah. Oh. So he's like, I wonder if you're tracking that collar. I got an idea.
yeah.
And also, call Woody can talk again. It offers up. He's like, you got any tips that we could maybe use to kill this thing? He's like, if we had a net, maybe a metal net, it would short out its system. And
Internet?
He's like, I don't know. All right, I got some chicken wire. If you want to go make a net, I'm gonna go. I trust the landmine. I'm gonna go set the collar and the landmine up. And
I thought they were going to do like electrified chicken
they
wire
just had to
net
throw a
thing.
metal-
just had to be a
They
metal
wanted some mesh.
metal net
of some
screws
sort.
up with its programming.
If you get it perpendicular to the laser magneto array.
yeah, obviously, it's just
oh, they throw some of that psychobabble bullshit in there.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It reverses all the tachyons.
Oh.
But so like old dude and ranger guy go out and bury the landmine and strap the collar up in a tree, and they're like, she'll come and get the collar and then blow up, and it'll be neat.
Yeah.
Let's do this. And as they're walking back, the thing shows up. Alienator shows up and starts shooting pew pew at them, and they're like, "Whoa, shit! Get inside!" And he gets inside. He's just like, "Wow, the communists had lasers in the Vietnam, and they shot the
Russians
thing."
gave the Viet Cong
Yeah.
some lasers and back and
He's totally on
something,
board now because the Russians gave the Vietnamese
Yep.
lasers. It's like, all right, I believe you. Let's do this. So, like, the thing just sort of, the alienator goes up to the collar, just like, yoink. And they're like, oh, shit. I guess it was a dud. It didn't go off.
Yeah.
And so he just starts shooting in that general direction.
Well, though the Alienator then, starts saying, give yourselves up. I won't kill you.
Yeah.
I just want coal.
Right.
All that. And they're like, oh, she must be saying something. And one of the boobs pops open. Not
As it
sure
does.
why.
Sure.
But,
Like, I was expecting her to, like, grab something out of it and throw it.
that's
or
where the universal
whatever.
translator is.
It's
Okay,
it's
yes.
booblefish.
God damn it.
Yeah. But is this the point when
Booble translate.
when the one girlfriend ensigns out?
Yes, she's in the cabin freaking the
Yeah.
fuck out. She's just hands up in the air, just like, what the fuck? Ah! Running around
Yeah.
like her hair is on fire.
Yeah, she just can't handle all this.
No. And she's not saying anything specific. It's just like, we all gonna die.
Well, in her defense, Cole has basically been feeding her this
Yes.
for like an hour and a half now. Where he's
Right.
just like, man, you're gonna get it rough.
Well, she's on board.
Like this
She's
alien
like,
thing.
Cole's right.
Yeah.
Oh God, we're gonna die.
Well, it's kind of like David Caruso when Rambo kills the first couple of guys. Like, maybe he wasn't full of shit.
Yeah.
Maybe we should get the fuck out of here.
Yeah. So she's just running around the cabin with her hair on fire, just like, oh dear God.
The hands over the head thing is the best.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
She goes running out.
But yeah, what they do is the Alienator's like surrender, and I will let you live.
Yeah.
And of course, the Colonel is just like, surrender. Rule number 1: never give up your weapons. And so he somehow shoots the mine underneath her and blows her up. And they're like, sweet,
Yeah.
everyone get back to your posts. We're good here.
Yep.
And that's when they're all like, all right, cool. This is all right. We're doing all right. And she goes, and suddenly you hear thump, thump, thump on the roof.
Right.
And that's when the girl flips her shit. She's like, oh my gosh, she's going to kill us. And the sheriff and the warden is about to shoot the ceiling. And
Or no, drunk guy's gonna.
but the warden's going to do it. And the Colonel's like, no, don't, that won't work or something. He tells him, it's like
the sparks will set the roof on fire, basically, because these guns are just basically
whatever.
sparks machines. They're not doing anything else.
Yeah. Meanwhile, drunk guys in the kitchen going, fuck, she's up there.
Yeah. Blam, blam, blam.
Yeah. The warden's like, you fucking idiot.
Yeah.
And he's like, no, we gotta get her. This sucks.
Well, one of them shouts, "She's on my roof," or the Colonel guy is basically like, "She's on my roof." Yeah, so they kind of run out and like, "Oh, is she up there? Oh, I don't see her."
No. But meanwhile, the girl has run to the truck and then just hid in the passenger seat.
Yeah, but she finds a crossbow.
She does.
Luckily enough, in the truck, and she
It's a good place for it.
mans up a little bit, comes out, and it's just like, "Phew."
Yeah, she just decided to bolt.
Yes, son of a bitch. We need to talk after the show.
What? Okay, sorry.
Yeah.
It's all wound
Because
up.
the Alienator is just kind of like standing right in front of the house.
Yeah.
And she shoots her. Well, the way it's filmed is kind of great because you hear the thunk,
Yeah.
and the Alienator's like, the fuck was that?
Did somebody just shoot a
Fuck was that?
crossbow?
And then she slowly turns her head, and there's the arrow sticking out of the back of her head.
Yeah.
And then she's just like, the fuck? What? And yanks the thing out, and then just looks at the arrow like, did they really? What?
Yeah.
I mean, you didn't even put an explosive on it like Rambo 2? What the fuck's wrong with you?
No. Yeah, that didn't work.
And meanwhile, everyone's like, they've kind of surrounded her, and they just keep shooting at her.
Yeah, in a really dangerous way, because they're basically...
Shooting at each other?
Yes. So there's going to be some bad crossfire things going on, but apparently that just never comes into play.
No, because they throw right after the crossbow bolt, they throw the metal chicken wire.
Well,
over
they shoot at her a while before the nerdy guy shows up on the roof like, I got this!
Yeah.
And throws the chicken wire on her, and it becomes a weird... sparkly effect that, she's getting electrocuted. Now, while she's getting electrocuted, nerdy guy off camera in a booth somewhere else much later in the production is spouting off this ridiculous scientific nonsense about why this is happening.
Yeah. It's like the parallel circuitry.
It's like, whatever. Why did you think you had to dub that in? That's terrible.
Yeah.
But
he gives the best, like...
Oh, he fist pump.
Yeah,
just-
the best wiener pump.
Yeah, just
And
like,
he's just
I'm
like,
the fucking
yeah. And he's standing
Isn't
on
a
the
wiener
roof.
pump so totally different?
Depends on.
Oh, okay.
In the north
Whatever
and
it
the
is, it's not
south,
my
it depends.
bag.
Oh,
Like
in
if
the-
you're
in
above the Mason-Dixon
Oh, in
line.
the parlance of our times.
Yes.
Okay, all right. Okay.
Yeah.
It's the South Park joke.
Oh.
Which photos you can take.
Oh, okay.
So, Lady Terminator's dead, ish.
Yeah.
They think.
Woman of death.
Yeah. Right. She has become death. Mm-hmm. And so they're like, well, let's put her in the bed of my truck.
She ought to be fine.
Yeah. Because they're like, maybe we should incinerate her.
Colonel's like, I don't know, I hope she didn't leak oil all over my truck
Yeah.
or something like that.
Because they're like, well, we should probably burn this thing. Nah, let's just put her in the truck. I want proof that, fucking aliens were here or something. So they kind of just put her in the truck and
Yeah, go inside and have chicken or some kind of small fowl.
some sort of
Might be
meat.
quails or
It's probably rabbit.
And we should probably mention at this point
Rabbits.
they've cut back to the ship with Jan Michael Vincent and all that every once in a while.
Oh yeah, he's in this movie.
yeah.
None of that.
But
shit matters.
it is pure filler.
yeah.
Mostly, yeah.
Yeah, it's all bullshit nonsense.
Because it's basically the guy in the robes going, killing people is probably not the best move.
And also kind of slinking around, and they play some sort of space chess, but also with like a stress ball. The rules are completely unclear.
They don't even bother.
No, they don't bother.
It's just we're doing this thing.
Yeah, like we're having Jan Michael Vincent versus Star Trek movie Scotty
Yes.
have this battle of wills or whatever.
Right.
Yeah.
Also,
But-
he
but-
keeps slinking off and poking around the ship, and people will be like, "Sir, this is a restricted area. The place I think you want to be snooping around is right down the hall."
Right. Oh, thank you, sir.
I mean,
Off I go.
the master control room is right down the
Yeah.
hall. I mean,
Oh,
obviously,
okay.
yeah.
Jolly good. I'll go right over there. Thank you, sir. Yeah. But so, like, back on Earth, Cole and Drunk Guy have they're sort of hanging out together a little bit. And Cole's like, you should probably come with me.
Well, he keeps kind of coming up behind him. Like now that the collar's off, he's mostly stopped and like, "Hey, I got a proposition for you. How'd you like be rich, really, really rich?
I want to teach you some things.
I need you to teach me the ways of this earth so I can blend in."
First, I have to kill you a little bit.
Yeah,
It's like, wait, what? And then all of a sudden, it's just like
a little bit.
Space Ray.
I think it's even better because it's like, "Hey, you want to be rich? I don't know, rich, right? I just need you to do what kind of things? I just have to kill you, but wait, what?
Yeah.
Bizarre. What was that
Stuff
part
coming out of my
about?
face.
What was that part about killing me a little bit?
Yeah.
Of this?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, basically, I guess he obliterates his. I don't know. He takes over his body somehow. It's not science, whatever. Science, schmience.
Exactly. Science schmience, because basically Drunk Guy comes back and he's like, hey guys,
And
throw
he's
me more
all-
beers.
I don't know, just different. He's like, whatever. Yeah, woo, girlfriend.
Yeah, we totally killed
Yeah,
things. And,
fucking A.
hey, come here, lady friend of mine. I'm gonna
Finishes his Budweiser. Is like crush.
Yeah. Get me another one.
Yeah. Bottle, not a can. Like squeezes a bottle.
Yeah. It's like break.
Yeah. Nobody questions that.
No. They're like, hey man, you're a little amped up, aren't you? Why don't you eat some quail with us and chill the fuck out? But he gets all
Quaaludes.
he starts getting super grabby on his girlfriend.
Yes.
And Ranger Guy comes out and just like, hey pal, what's the deal, yo? And they kind of shove each other a little bit, and then he shoots the Ranger Guy in the arm,
Like you do.
and it was like, whoa, hey,
Doesn't even try to hide. He's just like, yeah, I'm. He like starts talking in Cole's voice. He's like, yeah, I took over his body.
yeah, I'm
It's
Cole,
mine.
it's me,
Yeah.
I'm him now.
Yeah.
Isn't that neat? Yeah. Now you're all gonna die. And
The
I'm gonna rule your
subterfuge has
planet.
not lasted long.
Yeah. And then just Alienator pops back up. Mm-hmm. It's like, hey,
Hey.
I'll take care of your problem for you. It's like a double face heel turn in the middle of the movie. It's just like,
Well, Alienator pops up wielding an axe.
yes, as you do.
Yep.
Well, it was probably in the bed of the
And-
truck, considering there was a crossbow in the cab. I mean,
But yeah, she chops that son of a bitch's head off.
she's like, one moment.
And then suddenly it's Cole's head laying on the ground, and he's gurgling out
Don't know how that works.
white milk blood like Ash from Alien.
Yeah, but in the least dignified way possible. It's just basically like, it's like one shot. He's got some milk in his throat, and he just.
Well, if she'd made him laugh, it would come out his nose.
Yes, that's true.
He's mid swallow.
Yeah. She pulls out a device.
Yeah.
And Mackie, you had the best. She pulls out this communicator and just basically is holding it up over her head, and you immediately
Selfie. Because she's looking at it. It looks like she's taking a selfie with the fucking severed head on the ground next to her.
it's the exact pose.
I'm gonna go ahead and go out on a limb. I'm not gonna cut anyone's head off with an axe.
All right,
Are you sure?
If
But
I
if
did,
you did,
you would take a selfie.
totally take a selfie.
All right, well that's good.
Especially right after it happening.
Good to know.
Just
Good to know. Yeah.
caveat emptor or something.
Yeah. But no, it's a communicator back to the prison planet. It's like, hey, mission accomplished. I killed the guy. And they're like, well, scan his DNA stuff because we need to make sure. And they do. And then the one guy's like, hey, this kind of matches that weird pattern we noticed earlier. But I don't think that's important or anything. La la la. And then so that, they're like, well, you need to incinerate the body. We just don't want to deal with it. Just fucking burn that motherfucker. So she's like, all right, zap.
Sounds good.
It's done. And Scotty has come back in, Prison Planet. It's just like, no, he was my brother or son or whatever the family member.
It was his son.
Oh, sure. Because they're both 80 years old.
Yeah.
And then it becomes a lightsaber fight for half a second.
Is it? It's more like a Schwartz fight.
Is it a
I
ring?
I think it's a ring.
Okay. Well,
I thought he had something that
he had
looked like a pen flashlight.
I think he got
Okay.
because Airwolf gets it from him.
Yeah, and punches through his fucking body with it.
Yep.
As you do.
Well, don't.
Again, selfie moment.
Yeah, don't
Yes.
pull a lightsaber on me.
Yeah, that's true. Don't,
Kills that guy.
You don't pull a lightsaber on old Jan Michael
No.
Vincent, and you don't mess around with Jim.
No.
Yeah, these are rules. Like,
Yeah.
yeah,
He totally just lightsabers through him, and his crew is basically like, well,
Man, you fucking killed that guy.
our boss is kind of an asshole, but that was pretty sweet.
yeah. Suddenly, reverse shirt is kind of like, well, I dropped the sexual harassment lawsuit because I don't want you punching through me.
You're handsome
Yeah.
again. We can date again.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then, just back on the planet, they're just sort of like, well, that was
Yeah, they're like,
something.
so, robot lady, you're leaving now. She's like, affirmative. Yeah, I'm gone now.
Yep.
And they're all just like,
Later, bitches.
well, I guess, multi-ethnic girl is going to hook up with the warden now because why not? And
That next available
Sure.
person.
and nerdy guy is kind of getting with, Panic Girl. And
They go outside
and
and
the Colonel's just like, oh, ain't this some shit?
yeah, and there's a minor crane shot, but it's probably really just a dude stepping up one rung of a ladder to indicate that they're watching a spaceship leave, which is again just a red dot flying off. And then that's it.
Yep.
It just stops.
Yep.
It's awkward.
Well, especially because it's then dedicated to the memory of one of the two poacher guys who
Right,
died
yeah.
apparently right
Yeah.
after the movie was
Right
finished.
there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's not the kind of movie, I suppose if this is your best work, you can dedicate it to somebody. It just feels
Well,
weird when it's a movie like this and it's dedicated to
I
somebody.
think it's traditional if you die and then whatever the last movie was, you dedicate
I
to
suppose,
it. But,
yes. All right.
yeah, that's over.
Yep. Alienator.
Alienator.
How did we talk about this for this long? Let's rate it. Well, first off, double Ensign Award.
2 Ensign Awards.
Double, yes.
Yeah. Both drunk guy and fire-headed lady.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Yep. They
Oh,
both
we
earned
never
it.
even bothered to
She
learn their
earned
names.
it. She earned it more than he did, but
He had a couple
he's
of good ones, yeah.
Yeah, he still had a good enough freak out.
Yeah.
Definitely no Stargrove.
No,
No.
absolutely
100%
not.
no.
Fuck the soundtrack. So
Terrible soundtrack.
Yeah, just really, it's terrible. I'll go.
All right.
I'm gonna give it 2 jocks because it's fun in a bad way. There's enough goofy stuff in this to make me want to say, yeah, get your friends together, watch this. And having seen a lot more Fred Olen Ray movies, especially ones later in his career, this is like a masterpiece compared to some of those. He will hit a point in about 7 to 8 years after this where he is just on autopilot. It's just paint by numbers. Everything he's doing is just so...
Well, and using
everything-
footage from other things.
Yeah.
Well, everything starts feeling like a sci-fi movie or an asylum movie where it's just like,
Kind
I
of.
don't care.
Yeah,
I
it's-
don't even need stuntmen. I'm sorry, but I'm not bringing you in today.
It's just there's so just having a dude on fire in
Yeah.
this is so much more impressive than other the force perspective models and stuff like that. It's all it's sad how it declines as the budgets decline as the years go on. That so for a movie in his wheelhouse like this, it's not as much fun as Dinosaur Island. It's not as much fun as Hollywood Chainsaw Hookers, but it has a couple of moments where it's just like a dull stretch of just like, this is not as good as it was 5 minutes ago, but something dumb will happen and then I'll just sort of be back on board with like, oh, okay, movie, you're all right for what you're doing. You're trying real hard with your $12,000 budget and your sack lunches for everybody. Good on you, movie. So, I mean, it's fine. I enjoyed it for what it is. And it's not very
Chuck
good.
fine.
It's
It's Chuck fine.
it's good bad.
It's watchable.
It is.
Yeah.
I'm not ready to go yet.
Okay.
I'm going 3 jocks. It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun in that let's make jokes while we're watching this way, because there's enough of that and there's enough repeated stuff that you don't really need to hear what they're talking about or that sort of
No, the
And-
dialogue is very.
And I just
non-important.
it is terrible in that good way. Like I love how they're just the two. It's like two separate movies just kind of jammed together because there's like, oh, we had a crew up in space, and then I guess we couldn't get everybody else to film, so let's do the thing down on Earth, and yeah,
Yep.
there's a lot of fun, and the characters are fun, and it's just the look of the Alienator is just ridiculous, and
yeah, from a
that
practical
earns it-
standpoint, it
that
doesn't make
earns
any
it an
sense.
extra jocks, but it's just dumb and fun, and I enjoyed it. 3 jocks worth.
I mean, like no one can act in this. Like
Oh,
they're,
no.
they're all really bad.
Yeah.
But in that way where it's like, okay, you are entertainingly terrible at what you're doing.
They're earnestly trying, I think.
Yeah,
Yes.
it never feels like anybody's just totally phoning everything in,
No.
except maybe Jan Michael Vincent. But it's fun because he's just fucking drunk.
Oh yeah, he's gone. But like the old dudes are so happy to be working. They're just like, I'm gonna fucking give this my all.
Oh yeah, the Colonel, he's great.
yes,
because he's just
he's
like-
legit great.
He's all in.
Yeah.
on doing this.
Yep.
Yeah, he sells every line that he's given.
Am I going now?
Sure.
Sure.
I was teetering on wanting to give this a 3 jocks, mostly because by the time they get to the Colonel's house, I was really on board with this movie. Like the second he shows up and just starts nom this and nom that, and I have all these guns, and it never quite goes to the level of crazy I really kind of wanted it to. And some of the other stuff, I just kind of like the stupid bookending of whatever the hell was supposed to happen with Jan Michael Vincent's area. It knocks it down a 2 for me. Like this is one of the first movies where, like, I know we never want to do a straight up Mystery Science Theater whatever thing, but like this would be a great movie for that.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, like we were making solid jokes while this was happening.
Yes.
And I think like watching it once or twice more could make a really fun commentary thing that we could do. This is the kind of movie where there's enough empty points and silence and dumb music and things that could be jokes that could be made. But it's
Yeah, you could really fill in the gaps with all
but,
your dumb
I
jokes.
mean, that's that a good movie does not make. I mean, usually ones with big long gaps of silence can be kind of boring sometimes too. So I don't know. I still want to give this more because like I really love the way the Colonel comes, but yeah, there's just too many stretches of
yeah.
And I do love the people freaking out, like hands over the head freaking out is always that's like
Like Muppets.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly. It's exactly what it is.
yeah. So.
That must have been her stage director. It's like, you remember Kermit? Do that.
You ever seen Pee Wee's Playhouse? Imagine someone just said today's word.
Today's word is
Yeah.
Alienator. That needs to be the freeze frame for it.
Yep.
I'm kind of in the Harlow camp on this one. I want to give it 3, but it doesn't quite earn a full 3. It earns like a 2.49. Almost enough to get it to roll over into a 3 by virtue of rounding. But the Colonel's just not as crazy. I big fan of the stupid costume for the Alienator, though.
Yeah.
I really thought the Colonel was going to have a shed of guns.
Right,
I mean,
like
in
Sure.
most other
Yeah.
movies,
he
like,
started
gun
like he
rack.
started handing out
or
guns.
basement like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like he picked up the AKs. This is an AK-47, and then this is a Weatherby 300 Magnum. And I was expecting that to like go on for a couple minutes,
Yeah.
and him like to like,
Yeah.
and this,
It's a bazooka.
yeah,
Yeah.
this is an M60.
Then he rolls a tank.
This
out
is
of
an
the garage.
Abrams tank.
Yeah.
This is the USS John F. Kennedy.
Oh my god, that would be amazing.
Yeah. I guess they didn't have the budget.
No, probably not.
It's a
But
shame. Would have been.
I want to
good.
make that movie.
they decommissioned the John Kennedy.
Well,
maybe we can.
oh, well, good. Maybe we
can
can
buy
get
it.
I'll settle for CG. Just
No,
Oh,
no,
all right, sure.
no.
No, I want the real John F. Kennedy.
I want the boat to actually like pull up on land, which is not
Yeah.
possible.
No, it's
Well,
like,
we could no,
like
we
like
could
a
do it.
great big like boat trailer.
Yeah,
with an aircraft carrier
We can
on
do
it.
that.
Yeah. All
We
right,
can do that.
make that
That's
happen.
our Kickstarter.
All right.
Help the BMFcast buy a nuclear-powered aircraft
Sure,
carrier.
and also one of those things
And a
that
trailer.
that used to take the space shuttle around because we're probably gonna need that pull that boat.
yeah,
trailer.
we're gonna need that.
Oh, okay.
that
yeah.
big giant tank thing that takes like 3 days to roll in a space
Oh,
shuttle
the
around.
crawler.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're probably for sale. What else are we gonna
no,
use them for?
no, they're reusing them for the new SLS.
They need money.
So
2 jocks.
Okay,
Yeah,
yeah.
okay. A little tangent.
kind of went off there for
Sorry.
a while.
It's all about space and aliens and stuff.
I got to get Got to get the conversation to space somehow
Okay.
every time.
Sounds good.
All right. I think it's break time, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're going to go to space.
Yeah, that's what we're gonna do.
All right. Did any of that inspire an intro?
I don't even know.
Alienator. Hardly even know her.
Boy, that's... If I had said that, you'd be punching me in my face. You'd be like, Chuck, no! You shut your face.
Alienator, more like Failionator.
Yeah.
Am I right?
Yeah.
More like Baconator.
Baconator.
In space.
More like Ralph
Yeah.
Nader.
No one can hear you alienate.
More like
In space, no one can hear you, alien.
alienate.
Yeah.
Okay, there.
No,
yeah.
no,
come on.
no,
That's
no,
great.
no,
it
no,
rhymes.
No, 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 nope, 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 nope.
Nope.
How about dominoes?
Dominoes.
In space, no one can hear you, dominoes.
No more in space.
Airwolf. More like drunk guy. Am I right?
Yeah.
What is going on in the chat?
Rock cup.
Rock cup.
Rock cup.
Rock cup.
We should stop the timer.
Eh.
Eh.
It's already really long.
More like intros. Am I right?
No. Ha!
Alienator.
More like Failionator. Right? Right? Right?
Yeah.
And when do the Apple Watches actually arrive for people?
They were
Because-
supposed to arrive Friday for some people, but they've only shipped out like 20% of the original order.
Okay, because I've seen them like popping up places. I haven't seen one in the wild yet, but
Basically, there's a 10-minute window that you could have ordered.
and you would have gotten it already.
Well, no.
It also depends on which one you
That you could have ordered. Period.
There's a 10-minute window in which you would have gotten some kind of vague shipment date. Basically, the people who ordered within the first 2.5 minutes have gotten some kind of, you're probably going to get this here pretty soon. If you ordered it from 2.5 minute mark through the 10-minute mark, it's like, no one really knows. And if you ordered the one that everyone else ordered, no, you're not getting it. Because apparently they all ordered the same watch.
Yeah.
Huh.
One model was super popular, the rest were super not.
Which one was super popular?
Probably the one I ordered.
The stainless steel with the black band.
Yes.
Yeah, that's the one everyone.
Mine says June. I'm not hopeful of that.
Okay.
So
We'll see.
Mine is sometime in late May.
it comes with a band.
Comes with two.
Okay, it comes with two bands.
Mm-hmm.
Two different sizes, right?
Yeah.
Am I understanding correctly that additional bands are like $150 a piece?
No.
Nice ones. The
Okay,
plastic
all right.
ones are 50.
They'll be even cheaper than that. There was that one
Yeah.
Amazon.
Well,
listing was
but I mean,
a
it's a
lot
knockoff, but yeah.
cheaper. Yeah, there's going to be it'll be like cases.
Yeah, it's
it's just it that just
well, let's put it this way. There's one band that's $450, the most expensive band.
is that the
well, it's
Milanese?
not the most expensive
That's
one.
the Milanese
No, that one's
loop or-
150.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, that one's actually really nice in person.
I mean, it's no spiky bracelet, but it's
Yeah, I mean, style wise, it's no spiky bracelet. I mean, that is a hot topic.
It is a hot topic. We should talk about it.
That seems frighteningly expensive for a band.
Well, that one, I mean, that's the one I immediately liked until they announced the price. I was like, oh, well, I guess I don't like the Link bracelet anymore.
All this stuff is going to come way down as soon as they end up in like mall kiosks.
Even the guy
stuff.
at the Apple Store was like,
For the official ones, you think?
all of them.
when I
yeah.
did the try-on thing, the guy at the Apple Store was like, just wait and see what the third-party bands are going to do. He's like, just
Yeah.
get the sport band now. I mean, even he was like, don't get me wrong, I like the Milanese Lip. He's like, there's so many Kickstarters and things for people to put together crazy band ideas already.
Yeah, I mean it'll proliferate pretty quickly here. So, second half of this here podcast.
Yep.
I got 3 Marvel movies, and I'll be quick.
What? I watched 2. Not 3. 2 movies.
There's 3.
No, it's 2. I watched 2.
1, 2, 3.
Nope. Only 2. 2 movies.
I think it was 3.
3.
I think you want to reconsider.
You're gonna hate me for watching 1, but I don't care.
I'm not the one who hates other people for watching
Oh.
things. That's
No,
you.
never watch. Never watch things.
Never watch.
No, you might hate me for watching both of them now that I think about it. Whatever.
Okay, great.
Cool.
It's not going to happen. I've got one thing.
Somebody's gonna hate me for watching at least one of them.
I got one thing.
Cool. One thing.
This watch.
Something spooking the watches.
So. And
All right. Timer thing. I'll hit the button.
Hey, BJ, you got anything?
No.
Cool.
Cool.
Just figured I'd check.
No. I don't. I'll talk about it next week.
okay. Workshop an intro while we're blabbing away on bullshit.
And have the mail ready. There's like an MP3 in there. And there's a voicemail, but I haven't listened to it because like the Google Translate was only like 3 words.
I listened to it.
Is it a real one or?
Yeah,
is
it's
it...
real.
I have a feeling what
The way you just said that makes me go, no, it's probably not real.
No,
real.
I'm pretty sure I know what it says.
It's real.
Okay,
I speak bad Google Translate.
it's real and it's spectacular.
I use Booble Translate.
Yes, boom.
All right, welcome back.
Hey!
Second half.
BMFcast.
Here we are.
This is the half where we talk about movies.
That
That's
is
what I
correct.
heard.
That is correct.
Best half.
Is it?
Yes.
So movies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mine's old, so when you guys go ahead and talk about your newfangled movies, and
Yeah.
I'll go later.
All right. Well, I'll split mine up because one of them, I don't know. First one is pretty damn new. Again, it was the same situation as before, where it was like somebody was like, "Hey, I have this movie. You want to watch it?" Okay. So it was one of those like I had a passing interest. So I watched Jupiter Ascending.
Okay.
So I keep wanting to say Jupiter Rising because I don't know. It sounds like more like a movie title.
It does.
But that crazy Wachowski thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I swore off the Wachowskis, but again, I was like, whatever. I've heard people talk about this being like Flash Gordon. If you look at it as like goofy like that, maybe I might enjoy it. So I wasn't expecting serious sci-fi.
Yeah.
So,
Oh dear.
well, all right. Immediately, I'll say it's better than Cloud Atlas, but that's easy. It's. I mean, I know some people at the table like it better than me, but it's better than Speed Racer. Like it's more enjoyable. There's no Leonard Skinner and monkeys, but like I've come to realize like the Wachowskis are kind of like Zack Snyder, where it's like I think they like cool things, but they don't understand why they're cool, or at least they can't replicate it. Where it's like I love comic books and anime and these video games and stuff, and I want to do that, but I don't know why they're good, and I can't seem to capture that because like both of them seem like that. I mean, this is kind of like it's not quite as pointless as Sucker Punch, but it's kind of like that. It's like let's just put every fucking cool thing we ever wanted to do in a movie in this movie, and then it's just like by the end you're like what, sort of.
Yeah.
Like the strange thing is like it doesn't go as goofy as like Flash Gordon, which is kind of like I wanted it to be. You know that I was like, if you're gonna be goofy, just be fucking goofy. But it actually almost at times seems like it's like wanting to be Brazil.
Oh.
and in one way, very much so. I'm not going to necessarily say that. So it's like it ends up being somewhere in weird spots between Flash Gordon and Brazil, which is a strange place to be.
Indeed.
Yeah, but there's a very goofy mode of transportation that they give C-Tate. Like
C-Tate!
I mean, like, it's
To
kind
go
of
with his goofy ears?
yeah, to go with his goofy ears. I mean, like they kind of give him this thing that is going to come up throughout the entire freaking movie. But then, like, there are points when he's using it, it's like, that looks really dumb. It's like, I kind of get it that it's kind of cool. And I mean, I guess someone would look at it and go, that's kind of cool, but it looks really dumb. So, I don't know. I mean, it's not nearly like Cloud Atlas is like offensive and long and offensive and offensively long. So, like, this is just, I mean, this is at least watchable. Like, if nothing else, it's kind of a pretty movie. I mean, there are points that are stupid, but it's like, there's some really good Wachowski style action and CG done well.
Okay.
There's one sequence that is still, it's pretty impressive. But apparently it took them like 6 months to film or something stupid. Like, like seriously, like something ridiculous. But
Would it qualify for this show?
it would if it wasn't right at 2 hours.
Oh, okay. Other than that,
I don't know, because like I said, it at points it's like it almost tries to be good. Like it, yeah.
okay.
I mean, I guess it was a miserable failure. I mean, maybe that makes it qualify. I don't know.
It did not do well.
Yeah.
There were a lot of people who swear by
Well,
it.
didn't they push it back like half a year or something like that?
came out
originally
at a
supposed
weird
to come out in the
time.
summer, and then they put it out in February or something.
Yeah,
weird.
it came out like at a time when people were just like, "Wait, that was out." Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. That's a tough call.
Yeah.
I almost just say watch it. Just like when it.
It just seems like one of those weird ones that's. I appreciate that they kind of went for broke with what it looked like, and we're like, all right, this is going to be really weird, but we're doing it anyway.
Yeah.
Like they didn't hedge their bets and be like, well, actually, it's set on Earth. None of that kind of shit.
Right.
But I don't know. It seems like they're all about ambition now, and then not following through on it, or like just coming up short when they actually get there.
I mean, this like component wise, like, all right. So maybe I might want to say closer to John Carter. Like where it's like, holy shit, you spent a lot of money and like nobody saw this movie, right?
Yeah.
Like, because that's kind of how this feels. Because like this looks like it, and so did John Carter. John Carter is a pretty impressive looking movie.
Oh, yeah.
It's just like there is a little bit something off, and it's like I can see why this wouldn't click with most audiences. This one also has like a level of goofiness to it that it's like I can see why this wouldn't click. I just think people didn't even know about it. It didn't get marketed right, but you can see they spent a shitload of money on this movie. It's not like they slouched on the budget department at all. It's just things kind of end up kind of looking goofy just because I think they are kind of inherently goofy. It's not because the effects are bad. So
Yeah, like there's no reason for C-Tate to have like, elf ears and stuff like that.
there is. It's kind of dumb, but there is.
Yeah.
I mean, do you really want me to get into it? Like,
No.
okay.
No.
Not really.
I don't
But
All right.
it's just sadly, people nowadays judge stuff on the trailer and stills from the movie, and when one of your main characters just looks goofy, like just straight up looks kind of dorky and goofy, that's not a good sign.
Yeah.
Unless they're supposed to be dorky and goofy, which I don't think C-Tate is supposed to be in that movie.
Yeah.
So
I don't know. I didn't hate it, but like it's just like it's weird. Like it's a strange movie. Anyway,
that sounds like the Wachowskis these days.
What else did you watch?
oh, you want me to do that one?
Sure.
Yeah.
Oh, all right. God, I have all right. I have zero excuse for this one. Okay, I do. I feel like I have to make an excuse for every movie I've watched.
Oh.
Well,
all right.
I don't know why.
All right, so I was watching Silicon Valley on the HBO, and up on the top thing was their list of recommended movies, and I was like, fuck it, I'm going to watch it. I'm going to maybe hate myself, but I watched The Internship. Hold on, I'll explain more. You ever have one of those movies where like you feel like someone's almost guilting you into watching a movie because they won't stop talking about it, and you're just like, fuck it, I'll watch the goddamn movie so I will have your point of reference. So
That happens, yeah.
Yeah,
Man.
that's kind of been my.
Why does Vince Vaughn keep calling you?
I don't know. Vinny, please stop. Just delete my number.
Hey, guy, you watch
I don't
my
want. I
movie
don't
yet?
want to block you because you might go all psycho on me. But
Yeah.
I know. I just like it's like it's a thing. People keep talking to me about this movie. I'm like, fine. I'm just gonna watch this stupid movie.
Is it because of the tech connection? Because it's about the tech world?
I don't want to call out people as to who's calling me out on it. But
Okay,
yeah,
fine.
because they may listen. Whatever. So I just decided to watch. I just decided to watch the damn movie. All right. So this movie's really kind of weird. Like I'm not gonna go so far as to say I enjoyed it, but it's not as bad as I thought it was going to be. And it's actually kind of weird because I would have to most liken it to the movie Click with Adam Sandler, where you're like, fuck Adam Sandler, and I'm tired of Adam Sandler, and I'm tired of Adam Sandler's shtick when that movie came out. And then you kind of watch it, and it's like, this is actually kind of sweet.
Yeah.
I mean, I know it's, it's saccharine sweet that like a lot of people kind of hate that movie still, but honestly, there's not a lot of movies that go for kind of honest heart by the end, especially
It's sincere.
It's sincere, yeah, and like Elf is and things like that. It's like there's a sincerity to it, and it's actually kind of bold to go with that. And this movie, it's like this movie starts as like the bad what was the American TV show they made out of the Indian movie that was really bad? Outsourced.
Yeah.
It starts as like that, or like the Big Bang Theory of level of like, haha, look at nerds. And then, like, by the end, it's just like, this is actually kind of charming.
Yeah.
Like, it's weird. Like, I mean, not... I think Click did it better, because Click does the Wonderful Life kind of thing. Like, it's a little more sincere. This is just like, all right, so fine, losers made it, whatever. It's not quite as, like, a shift, but it's a way better movie than it probably deserved to be by the end.
Yeah.
If that makes any sense. I'm still not defending it. I'm not saying
No.
I liked it, but yeah.
I don't think I talked about it on the show when I watched it, but I've seen it. I think the thing that you're trying to put your finger on is that it could have been one of those movies where people are trying to one-up each other by being mean, and that doesn't happen.
Yeah.
Like, the main characters stay like, dude, I know you're being a dick to me, but I respect you, and I'm gonna make you love me. By the end of this movie, you're gonna be hugging me. It's that kind of thing where it's just like no one is succumbing to this like, oh, you're a dick. It's not like Neighbors where it's just like, oh, fuck, it's on now.
Each other,
yeah. It's not like that. It doesn't necessarily work, and it's hard to kind of overcome the first half of it where it's like, this is just a dumb premise, but there is a level of sincerity to it where it's,
Yeah. Like I said, I'm not going to say I loved it, but by the end it was like, all right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It's all right. It's fine. I didn't hate myself when it was over.
Okay. Well, I was just expecting, just even me saying I watched that movie, like, what the fuck are you doing? I was going to get the Chuck, as I call it.
When I say I watch a movie.
Right, and we're all like, what the fuck is wrong with you, Chuck?
Yes.
Yeah,
So
pretty much that.
You're just sort of beating yourself up.
I am become Chuck.
Okay.
Destroyer of my personal life.
Understood.
Yeah.
Okay. Mackie.
So, Avengers 2 comes out this week.
Oh,
Does
really?
it?
I hadn't heard.
Yeah. You
Yeah.
might have heard a couple things about that movie.
There's been a little bit in the press about it.
A little bit, yeah, a little bit. So I figured I would catch up and watch the Marvel Phase 2 movies beforehand.
Oh.
Yeah. Which is Iron Man 3, Thor, The Dark World, and Captain America, Winter Soldier.
It's kind of weird to think about. Like, that's only 3 movies.
Well, Guardians of the Galaxy, but,
Yeah.
I don't see that tying in any significant way.
Okay.
And, Iron Man 3 I didn't like quite as much as the first time, but I also realized how smart that movie is. Like, it's way, way, way smarter than you're kind of expecting for being a Marvel movie. And Winter Soldier's kind of the same way, but, like, the bad guy in Iron Man 3 is so good in that there's a point where, they got the president hostage, and he's like, well, we're going to execute you for allowing the bigwigs at the oil company to get away with polluting the Gulf for and they didn't pay any penalties or anything. And he's like, you care that much about that? And he's like, nah, but it's a good excuse. It's like, Jesus, guy.
Yeah.
There's some really, and I give Shane Black all the credit in the world for putting a precocious kid in his movie and having me actually want more of that kid. Yeah. And Harlow and I talked about it, is Tony Stark is just such a dick in this movie, and he is a relentless dick to that kid, which is kind of like what you sort of want characters in movies that have a precocious kid to finally be like, shut up, precocious kid. Mm-hmm. I don't even like you. I'm sick of being around you, kid. And yet, it's like, it's interesting that Harlow pointed out, it's pretty much probably his father, what the relationship he had with his own father.
Yeah, that kid was basically young Tony Stark, and
Yep.
then he was suddenly becoming his father.
Mhm.
Or the kid was like, I like technology and stuff. He's like, shut up. I'm fucking done with technology. Like, I've done this.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
up in space for a little while and
Yeah.
it freaked my shit out. Having
Where's my
space
sandwich?
flashbacks and shit.
Bring me a space sandwich.
God damn, I want Shane Black to write the dialogue in like every fucking movie ever. I swear I could, like, every single movie he has, there are like 10 lines I'm like, that's so fucking great.
Yep.
And that movie's got so many of them, especially with that kid. And yeah, I it's weird that I didn't quite like it as much because like the action stuff just kind of plays out as a bit rote at this point with those movies. But man,
So the destruction of his house was pretty awesome. But then, like, the end was just like, all right, I guess it's time for a big crazy thing to happen for 10
A bunch
minutes.
of things zipping around on screen.
Yeah.
Like, oh, what?
yeah, which it kind of works. But man, also that guy from 24, Jack's partner from season 3.
Oh, yeah.
Man, I was so ready for that fucker to die.
Chase.
Yeah, God, just, and it's so great that he has this smug look throughout this movie. Like whenever he shows up, he's like, "Yeah, fuck you guys," you know. And so by the end of the movie, you're just like, "God, please murder him somehow, and make it painful. Just do it." So, but yeah, Iron Man 3 is really good. Thor 2 is still just generic as fuck.
Yeah.
God, and it's still, it's one of those like fate of the universe feels completely inconsequential. Just like, yep, all right, cool, whatever.
Yeah. If this thing touches this thing, the universe will unmake itself. All right.
Yeah,
We
well,
got this.
hopefully you'll
Don't need to
stop
call
that.
in my friends or anything. Just,
Yeah, it just feels like there's so little stakes in any of it. It's so bizarre. And yeah, and the whole fleet attacking Asgard thing should be cool, but it just made me think of the Star Wars prequels. You know, especially Episode 1, which I was like, oh, that's not a good thing to be thinking
Yeah.
when watching this. But yeah, it's just a weirdly consequence-free movie, but man, it perks up when Loki shows up. And apparently they rewrote the movie to put more of him in there because he was barely in it in the original cut, which I can't even imagine how boring that movie would be.
Yeah.
But there's something that happens in that movie that I saw a still shot of and thought it was a spoiler for Avengers 2. That's how inconsequential that movie is. I only saw that like a year ago. Mm-hmm. Not even.
I've seen
And
it
I
less-
had completely forgotten that happens in that movie.
Yeah, you mentioned it to me today, and I'm like, I have no idea what you're talking about.
Yeah. And I saw that. I was like, fuck, somebody spoiled something else on Avengers for me. I was like, no, that was in that shitty Thor movie you've already seen, and you totally forgot that happened.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Kat Dennings in that movie is atrocious still. Like, the least funny thing in that movie by far. And I noticed other stuff, other subtle humor that I hadn't noticed in that movie. None of which can be attributed to her because, wow. Her and Stellan Skarsgård are just terrible
and you
in
know
that
what?
movie.
You can witness that on a weekly basis in 30-minute doses.
Yeah.
I could, but I'm not going to.
Ugh.
Yeah, and then Winter Soldier. I've talked enough about Winter Soldier, but every time I watch that movie, it gets better. To me, I haven't rewatched Guardians again, but man, I think Winter Soldier might be the top one for me. The only complaint I have about that is he doesn't fucking snap Winter Soldier's neck at the end of that movie, Superman style. So
Is the lighting in that one scene still fucked up?
yeah,
Okay. Just wonder maybe if someone at some point had corrected that.
Which
I
scene?
don't know.
The scene where like the Winter Soldier's supposed to be in silhouette, but you can totally tell who it is.
Yeah, okay.
It's like, wait, that's him. I know who it is. I mean, I know people know who it is, but
Right.
still, I didn't.
Yeah,
yeah.
but
Yeah.
damn, like every action scene in that movie is good. Just the whole atmosphere of it is great. I think that and Iron Man 3 might be the two best ones. Like and the two
ever? I mean, like, or just Phase 2 or whatever. Like,
in
all of them.
amongst all of them.
Oh, first Captain America for me, hands down.
Uh-oh. Fight.
I just mean, I don't know.
No, I mean,
Yeah.
I need to rewatch that one again. But man, Captain America is probably like it's the one with most heart by far.
Yeah.
And I think that's what I enjoy about it. And there's nothing in any of the series that matches that War Bonds montage.
Nope.
That is like the best piece of filmmaking that's in any of the Marvel movies.
Yep.
But no, I'm ready for Avengers 2. I've hopefully avoided as many spoilers as possible, but
Well, as we record this, we've got 1 day to go.
Yeah, and the trailers have been trying hard. Like I've luckily I saw like the first 2 and was like, all right, I'm good.
Yeah,
and just have avoided watching them, and luckily haven't seen them in the theater when I've gone.
Mm-hmm.
Like I guess the theater's just like, we know you're fucking going, so we're not going to waste your time.
Yeah, do we want to go ahead and address that one email while we're on this subject? I know there was one related to this.
Yeah.
I mean, I know you have a movie, but I
do.
Well,
I get
while we're already on the subject.
I could babble about it while he
Okay. Babble about what? Your movie?
my movie.
Okay.
Yeah, while he pulls that up.
I was thinking they're related.
I know,
Yeah.
but we can come right back to it.
All right, cool.
I just want to say I have a question for the panel here.
Oh.
Because I'm confused a bit
Are you?
about Johnny Dangerously. Because I swear...
BJ talked about it second half at one point.
Okay. That must have been it. Because I could have sworn that was either the movie... I know it's not, but I initially thought that was 1984's movie when it was episode
Nope.
84.
Oh.
Or maybe it was in the running and it was talked about a lot and then shot down. But I swear to God, that movie was on like a super short list to be watched, and then it was talked about on the show. So my memory of that was really confused because I had hit record on it thinking I should see this movie that I'd only seen as a kid because it was a BMFcast movie, but turns out it wasn't, as I was informed. Mm-hmm. So I guess that was it. Second half talk and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. Is that what it was? Okay. That movie's got jokes.
It does.
And-
it does got jokes.
And they're really good. Like, that's the best Joe Piscopo I think has ever been on screen ever. Like, the least annoying, most funny Joe Piscopo. It's... I don't know. That movie kind of hit me out of nowhere. Like, I was not expecting zany. I was, like, kind of expecting, it's going to be some topical references and some other 80s stuff that's going to seem kind of cringeworthy, and it's not. I mean, it's structured jokes and stuff, and it works really well.
Yeah, I mean, to me, I used to watch that in hand in hand with like Top Secret because it's almost the same kind of thing.
See, I saw that once when I was a kid, and then never saw it again until
put
last week.
The price tags on the puppies. And
Yes, yeah, and that's another thing too, is that when it's doing jokes like that, it is not.
No, it's
not
smashing
modern
you
day
in the face
face
where it's
with
like,
it. Yeah,
look.
Yeah. It's just
funny.
Hey, let me tell you the story. Doing this thing, and it's like, okay, but man, God,
Where
just
the hell am I?
yeah. The one line Piscopo has when he's talking about his gun, and they're just like, "Wow, that's quite a gun." He's like, "Yeah, it shoots through schools." And I'm just like, "That is the best."
delivery is so good on that.
That is such a great line,
It's an
and it's
88
delivered
88
so well, and no one breaks character. It is so good. It just hit me out of nowhere. It just shoots through schools. And then it just sits on his face for like another 5 seconds. You're like, okay. Just not a level of jokes I was expecting out of that movie. It's really great. Everyone should watch Johnny Dangerously. It's on Amazon Prime. You should totally check it out.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Okay.
Awesome.
Cool. I will check it out.
it's funny.
So you want some emails?
Totally.
Yeah,
All right.
let's do some.
Shall we start on that?
Yeah, the one
Marvel
Harlow mentioned came in from Musum, who said, Avengers hype.
Uh-huh.
He said, with the amount of press coverage and marketing for Age of Ultron, I've lost all the excitement for this movie. I'm sure I'll still enjoy it in a way. It's probably better not expecting something amazing. How has the marketing for Age of Ultron affected the cast? Have you managed to avoid it? And if you did, would you please advise where the rock is you found that blocks it? Also, do any of you keep up with the comic-related TV shows like Flash, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., Gotham, etc.? The last episode of S.H.I.E.L.D. had a scene looking to gain the same praise as the Daredevil hallway scene. It was a good scene, and then I looked on Twitter, and the Marvel Twitter account was complimenting the scene with the hashtag #OneShot, and it made me immediately want to hate said scene. How do we get Marvel to chill with the marketing? Crash and burn, Musum out.
First
don't-
off, you unfollow Marvel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If it bothers you.
And then mute the word Marvel.
Yeah.
Yeah, the only way
the only way to
the only
avoid
way
it-
as a society we can stop that is to not make them a quadrillion dollars every
Right.
year.
Marvel has suddenly become a super duper conglomerate billionaire company thing, and they're like, we have to keep this gravy train rolling. So they're going to hype the shit out of everything they've
The
got.
thing is like, okay, all right. First off, I haven't been living under a rock. I've just been very careful about peeking out from behind it, let's say. Because, I saw the first trailer. I've seen, like, one of the TV spots because I couldn't avoid it or whatever, but I haven't, like, paid any attention to any marketing or press conferences or whatever, or post teaser this or teaser that. posters. I mean, trying to avoid anything and everything to do with it. So yeah, I'm still excited because I'm just like, what? It's a movie. I was going to see it. Obviously, I was going to see it. That doesn't change. It made $1 billion with the first one. All you have to do is like, hey, remember Avengers? We did another one. May 2015. That's all you have to do.
Yeah, you really only need one trailer, and you don't need a
words
pre-trailer to the trailer.
You know how powerful it would have been if it just been words. Avengers, Marvel's Avengers, whatever billion dollars it made.
Yeah,
and Avengers 2, May 1st, 2015.
Yeah,
just like a silent thing on the screen. You know how powerful that is. Like everyone would be like, "Why is the TV quiet?"
Right.
Oh, they're talking about Avengers.
The thing that has baffled me anyway is not necessarily like the first two like scene heavy trailers kind of baffled me. Like, why is this happening? Like, you don't need to be doing this at all. But what's really baffled me is how they have taken that cast and just pimped them out for like the last month.
They've been everywhere.
It's like none of it is needed.
You can tell they're breaking down too.
Yes,
like
because they're getting
losing themselves as human beings.
Yeah, they're cracking. I mean, it's just like bad things are happening at this point.
Joss Whedon's Twitter is funny because he just feels like a man who's been let out of jail.
Yeah,
he's just like, I don't know what to do with my life now because I can actually sit down and do nothing. It's kind of sad almost.
The marketing is so strange because it's completely unnecessary, but it seems like they have doubled down on it more than any movie I can remember in the last 5 years.
Which is ridiculous because and
it's going to happen for Star Wars too, which doesn't make any sense. All you got to say is there's a new Star Wars movie, and people are like, well, maybe it'll be good. Let's go see it.
I think they figured that they've got so much invested in the movie and the universe itself that they have to market it. Otherwise, like if they don't market it enough, then there's some sort of danger of if the groundswell doesn't hit,
everyone's going to see it.
Well, and that's true. Yeah. You're right, but I think there's a perception when you've thrown so much money and time and effort into something in a business that
maybe it's
garbage. What if it doesn't work?
Okay.
What if we don't push it hard enough?
Okay.
We have to push it.
I sometimes wonder if it happens with Marvel because they were basically bankrupt 15 years ago.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
Like they were
short man syndrome.
Straight up going to shut the doors and cancel everything.
Yeah.
About 15 years ago.
Okay, so every Marvel movie that's had the Hulk in it since Incredible Hulk, and maybe even the first Ang Lee Hulk, they've come out with repackaged Hulk hands, right?
Yeah.
Sure.
They've been on the shelves for every single Marvel movie. They apparently don't sell. I mean, I guess a couple of people they could take all the money that they've spent on marketing for the Avengers and be like, you know what? First weekend, everyone that goes to see the Avengers gets a free pair of fucking Hulk hands. And you know what? Everyone would go see the fucking Avengers on the first weekend.
Yep.
And it would cost the same amount, or they'd clear out their goddamn stock that they've had for 12 years of these fucking Hulk hands. And the same thing with, you want a plastic lightsaber? Come to Star Wars The Force Awakens on the opening weekend.
Those things sell.
Well, whatever. I'm saying you could take that money and just like literally have a commercial that's like you could have a commercial that goes, Star Wars Force Awakens on December whatever.
My policy now for trailers. I mean, if I want to see the movie, yes, I will watch the first one, and then I will avoid any of the rest of them. But they all really need to adopt what Gone Girl did. David Fincher made sure all the footage in the trailer for that movie was from the first act.
Yeah.
Nothing past the first act was in any of the trailers whatsoever, or any of the marketing or anything.
Yep.
You know what? All of these movies have a huge action scene to start them off. And you know what? You could have shown bits of Winter Soldier's first scene on the boat, and I would have been like, all right, cool. Yeah. Sign me up. And they just... I mean, that's how we got Furious 7 ruined.
I hate to say, I brought it up before, but one of the worst movies I can ever imagine, at least they did the right thing, Dark of the Moon. Filming a whole fucking scene that wasn't in the movie, or was 3 seconds in the movie. A terrible movie, but that's the way to make a fucking trailer. Yeah. We were already going to see another Transformers. You made all your money, and it's like, you know what? There's another Transformers. This time they're on the moon. What? Drop the mic, walk away. Oh yeah, that thing that wasn't even in the movie.
I mean, the level of marketing for this suggests a situation that doesn't exist, and what that situation usually is like let's say the previous Avengers movie was garbage and pissed off a lot of people. Then you double down on your marketing, look how great this is going to be. Please come back to the theater. Right. Kind of like the Star Wars prequels were kind of
like Batman versus Superman is going to have to do.
Yeah, I mean, you kind of have to really get people back. The Avengers does not need it. You need a black title card saying The Avengers Age of Ultron, summer, here's the date, go see it.
Yeah.
All the people that you know are in it, go. And I don't need footage.
Well,
Anyway,
It's weird.
I'll say this. As a Disney stockholder, bitch better have my money.
I think it'll be all right. I
Yeah.
think,
Bitch better
I
have
think
my
you're
money.
making some money.
I think this year they're gonna make a couple dollars.
Yeah, they're gonna be okay
And that, but I mean, the $2 billion.
Yes.
Or 3.
Easily.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if Frozen 2 comes out this year, make it 4.
I've looked at the history of the last few years of the stock prices for Disney, and the fucking Marvel stuff has made me personally a few dollars.
Well, that's good.
Yeah, thanks,
few
guys.
dollars is
All right.
great.
Yeah.
As far as the TV stuff, yes, all of the above. I mean, I don't care if it's like it's sad to say my least favorite of the TV comic book things is Gotham, which is bizarre to say, and that's not to say I don't like it. It's just my least favorite, and it's the one that's on a major network. I guess Shield is on an even bigger network, but yeah, I like it all. I mean, Arrow and Flash are just utterly fantastic. I mean, no complaints whatsoever. And Shield has gotten way better, and Gotham, I like it, but it's like the one. If I'm running out of time to catch up for a week, it's the one that waits.
Yeah.
But I'm still up to date mostly. But
Yep.
they're good.
All right, let's move on. Next up, we got a voicemail from Scott from Dallas, where he's talking about a movie that we have reviewed on the BMFcast that is now making the rounds on
right.
the independent theater circuit.
Oh, I know which one you're talking about.
It's a little movie that might have a couple lions and
The
tigers.
most dangerous movie ever made. The scariest movie
most
ever made.
horrifying, hilarious, insane movie we may have ever watched.
Yeah.
Roar.
Jesus Christ, it's a lion. Get out of the theater.
Roar.
The movie.
I forgot to actually download it. I had the page open. Let me open it.
Stand by, please.
Yo, BMFcast, Scott from Dallas here. Recently, I had a life-altering experience, which is that at an Alamo Draft House, I was privileged/cursed to see Roar. Jesus fucking Christ. At the beginning of your podcast episode on Roar, you said the person who sent you an email about Roar had undersold it a bit. You guys undersold it by a bit, too. I went in thinking it'd be funny to just watch how careless these people were around wild animals. Every now and then there'd be a series of close calls or whatever, but it'd be okay. I mean, I knew that the actors would live, so it can't be too bad. Turns out that knowledge doesn't fucking matter. You guys were right. Every genre that Roar has been categorized into is completely wrong. This is a flat-out horror movie. After about 10 minutes, I was highly doubting no one had died making the film. By 30 minutes, I knew I had watched a tiger drown a man. As the attacks on the actors went on and on, I was filled with a mixture of astonishment, confusion, and dread. When Roar was over, the full weight of what I had watched came down on me. I mean, that elephant nearly fucking killed a woman. That was real. I don't know how anyone was talking into making this movie. I don't know how it didn't stop production after the first lion attack, or the second, or the 333rd. I don't know why they're so proud that no animals were harmed in the making of the film when 70 human beings were. I don't get how a movie featuring lions tearing through a house in an attempt to eat a family is supposed to spread the message that lions and humans can coexist. It has been a long, long time since a movie has shaken me up like this. When I got home, my hands were actually shaking a bit because Roar were so fucking nerve-wracking. I had friends who wanted to join me but couldn't, and unfortunately Roar was only showing for a few days here. My friends did make me pre-order the Blu-ray though, and I did use the BMFcast website to do so. Yeah. So they will be able to see it, and I just don't know if I'll be ready to watch it again by then. I'm sure some listeners who are hearing this think I'm exaggerating. I absolutely am not. I thought the same about the BMFcasters, and I just can't believe that it was even worse than what they said. This truly is a film you have to see to believe. Just being told about it does not let you truly process what is going on. I will never see another movie like this. I mean, it's just not going to get made, and I don't know if that's a good thing or not. I mean, it makes me feel a bit sad to know that, but and this is truly one of a kind. I will rewatch it eventually, and I hope you four have similar feelings about that, but god damn. Motherfucking Roar. Scott out.
Yeah,
Yeah. I'm totally
I
showing it
remember
to
writing
people.
him on Twitter and just being like, "You don't know what you're in for. You honestly just."
Yeah.
It's like watching a movie that you're not aware was a snuff film, and then like you hit the point where you realize, oh my god, this might be a snuff film.
Yep. They've replaced Melanie Griffith with a double.
Yeah.
She died on the set.
And apparently, the only guy who didn't get hurt was that guy at the very beginning, who's like, "No, this is bad. Get those things away from me. No, no."
Super chicken guy was just like,
Yeah.
no.
He's apparently the only person on set who didn't get hurt.
Well, because he never tried to pet one of the things.
Because he had a healthy fucking fear of those things, unlike the rest of those idiots.
Well, he didn't have honey poured on him and have a cougar lick it off of him.
God.
God, that moment where the lion just tackles the main guy when he's in the mid sentence, just like, well, here we are.
Well, just where blood's dripping down his arm, and he's like, "Oh, you guys, just calm down." It's like, dude, get
the fuck out of there!
fuck out.
You stupid asshole.
Smell delicious.
Yeah.
Yep.
I can't wait to watch that again. It's going to be horrifying.
It's in the theaters
So
starting Friday.
Yeah.
Locally?
Sunray.
I got a busy weekend.
I think
Yeah,
it's
we
here
got-
for the week, though. I mean, I think it's
Well,
starting Friday.
I'm sure, but I got the Blu-ray coming. So.
All right.
We should still go see it in theaters. I mean,
Or-
just
Yeah.
because.
I mean, if we could go there like first showing Friday, we'd probably be the only ones in the theater that have actually seen it.
Oh yeah, word of mouth is going to grow on that
Yeah.
movie. By Sunday, they're just be like, "We heard we got to come see that."
And what I love too is there's no way to spoil it,
No, there really isn't.
because there's no plot.
No.
It's just yeah.
We could make a fun little game out of it. Like if we actually knew it a little bit better, we could be like, just like every time, it'd be like, "Holy shit, lion!" Like every time something bad was going to happen.
God. All right.
He ain't lying.
Do you want to play this other voicemail that I am not aware of what
I
it
would
is?
love to play that other voicemail.
All right.
Chuck. John out.
Aw.
It's a good voicemail.
Aw.
Yeah,
Chuck.
we approve this message.
Oh well, I got off easy.
Sorry, Chuck.
We did ask
What?
for it. We did ask for it. I
Everyone
mean,
ganged up on you. I feel bad.
did we? Did we gang up on you?
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Oh
I-
yes, you did. But it's fine.
You can handle it.
Yep. I'm a grown ass man. I watched this Turtles movie. I can handle anything. So
All right. Okay.
Trying to find that thing on Facebook, but it's being stupid again.
Facebook is being stupid.
This is actually on Facebook from John, tying into that voicemail he
Oh,
just
great.
left. He said, "We all still loves you, Chuck. Though my Team NT rating falls between Harlow's and BJ's, I don't get the fanaticism for the film. While my tastes have matured, I've met others who glorify it, like I, Fidaloni, or The French Connection. Don't worry about the Turtle Zealots. They can't stop the music." Snicker.
It's really the Italian connection. It's the turtles' names, I guess.
yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway.
And we got more voicemails, but we're already really fucking long. So.
Yes. Let's save them.
Yeah.
Because we
are.
talked for a long time that first half.
Yeah.
Again.
It happened.
How'd that happen? That movie did not have that much to talk about.
No, but we were having a good time.
Had a few chuckles.
Yeah, we had some laughs. Come out to the coast. We had a few laughs.
And a good start to
Come out to the
Fred
cast.
Olin May.
Yes.
Yes, an excellent start. I think we're in a good position
Yeah.
here.
I think we'll be all right here.
Yeah. So maybe
Contact information?
yeah, that.
Oh, we can do that. Check out the website. It's bmfcast.com. On the right-hand side, there's a plethora of buttons, any of which you may click to your heart's desire. It will take you to our social medias.
Socials media. I
Our
believe is
socials.
the
I am
new-
sorry.
yeah,
Our
yeah.
socials media.
Yeah.
Also, you can email us, bmf@bmfcast.com, or you can give us a call on the Garfield phone, the BMFcast hotline, 9105-JOCKS-BMF, 910-556-9263. If you have a voicemail that's involved and you have to make an MP3 out of it, email
Oh.
it to bmf@bmfcast.com.
So, like you had a voicemail that was like already seeing somebody, but you wanted to slip
Right.
it to us over here on the side.
Yeah,
on the
we can
slide.
be.
It's complicated.
We can be your side cast.
Sure.
We don't have to be your main cast, but
Right.
we'd like to be.
Yeah.
Put a ring on us.
Put a ring on the Garfield phone. That's what you need
Yes,
to do.
yes. Put a ring on the Garfield phone. That's plethora.
Right.
Oh,
All right, let's get out of here, shall we?
We shall.
I'm Harlow.
I'm Mackie.
I'm BJ,
I'm Chuck.
and this is BMFcast out.
Oodles
We
and
shoot through
toodles.
schools.
You will need to do an intro.
Yeah, we still need an intro.
You will need to do an intro.
What you got?
You good? You got one?
No,
No.
I can't think of anything that's.
Alienator, more like
No, stop.
hair.
More like Hair Wolf.
Yeah, I don't know if any of.
No.
What? You
no.
said it. I like
did. No. I'm
Oh.
not saying it, but I don't agree with
Yes, Alienator, more like
it. I
hair
say a
wolf.
lot of things I don't agree with.
Oh. What? Okay.
Alienator, more like Stringfellow. Blah.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Yeah, yeah, it is.
More like Ralph Nader.
Let's just keep going with that joke. Let's put that as an episode title.
Alienator Leduc 2015.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I was thinking maybe
See
just
you
keep
later,
it stupid.
Alienator.
I kind of like that, actually.
One Ralph Nader, weird.
No.
After
Baconator.
See, one Ralph Nader, later Gator.
after a while, cinema file.
It's good. It's great.
Yeah, maybe they should.
Actually, I
vault
kind of
the
like that
last-
one. The one you just said a second ago.
Which one?
See you later, Alienator.
No, well, yeah. In the voice, that would be funny.
Well, sure, yes.
Yeah.
You can't just see you later, Alienator.
See you later.
One star we're in. Mark the Ninja here.
Hey guys! This week on the BMFcast, I'll see you later, Alienator.
Mike the Ninja here for Alienator.
Fucking idiots.
Bear traps, more like
Snare laps.
Snorlax.
Yeah.
There we go.
That's
it.
the
Just
one.
use that take right there.
Why don't you kill the live stream?
Yeah, sorry, live stream. You got to go away so we
got
can
some-
play.
we
music
got
Oh, I
and
don't even
stuff.
need music.
Oh,
Do they want-
Oh, you want to do it live?
Sorry.
Oh, fuck it.
Whoop.
I was just gonna offer the live
My
stream.
hand goes.
Oh, here, check this guy. Check this shit out, y'all.
More like Failionator.
In space, no one can hear you, Alienator.
This week on the BMFcast. See you later, Alienator. 1 star, we're in. 1 bear, we're trap. 1 Chuck, it's fine.
1 woman, we're of death. 1 man, we're bad.
Evil guy.
One guy, we're evil. All right. I think that'll do it. Let's
All right.
shut this down.
Good night, everyone.
Y'all got a special
May you
look
all
behind
sleep
the
tight.
scenes of the podcast.
Will. Bye.
Bye.